everybody. I hope this is working right now. I'm just trying to get started here. Just have a couple technical difficulties. I had my computer restarting, so just bear with me just a minute, please. So hopefully I can get this going for everybody. Does everybody hear me okay? Everything coming in okay? Just want to make sure. Again, thanks for coming on in. Hopefully this is all working fine. It's showing me on my phone here that it's not working very well, but maybe I just gotta refresh my phone or something. Is this a giveaway, Foxy says? No, what I'm gonna do is I got a box of Lincoln Cents, 50 rolls. I'm just gonna open them up and kind of open up some Lincoln Cents and chat with everybody. And then I will do a giveaway at the end. That's what the 1962 proof quarter is under there. So at the end of the stream, I'll do a end of stream giveaway for everybody. But until then, no, there's no giveaway until then. But thanks for coming, and good to see everybody here. Got NCFX, got Foxy, Parker, Young Coin Hunter, Cindelicious, Linda Wallace, Roy Driscoll. Thanks again. Video coming in clear. Hopefully audio's coming in clear too. I don't see anybody saying they can't hear me. So, okay, very good. Oh, and I got my little window open and I see my own closed captions coming up, so I guess something's picking it up. Very good. All right, so what I did is I got a box of Lincoln Cents and got a couple interesting ones. I got one here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it too easily. It's got a wheat cent on the end. So that's going to be a fun one. And not only that, we got another one here with a wheat cent on the end. I did pull it back a little bit just to make sure it wasn't a 1909 VDB or an SVDB, and I didn't see a VDB on the end of either one, so I guess we'll save those for the last two, because I like trying to save those to the end. But until then, I'm just going to start opening up some rolls, and if you guys want to chat or have questions about any of the coins we're looking at or anything else I've put on YouTube, just feel free and we'll have some fun here. And yeah, I appreciate you guys hitting that like button, and thank you all for coming in. Earlier in the chat before I got started, Young Coin Hunter was asking if I received some mail he sent me, and I just wanted to confirm that yes, I have been receiving mail. I've been receiving mail from a lot of people, and just haven't done a mail call in a while. I've been way behind on that. I probably got 35, 40 packages kind of on the sidelines there waiting to... I mean, I've opened most of them just to see what it is. Penny, Parker Ebert, the penny hoarder, exactly. I keep saying cent for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, no, I got a lot of mail there. I mean, I appreciate everything everybody sent. I just fallen behind on that, and I need to do a few mail calls. It's way too much to put all in one mail call, so... Hopefully in the next week or so, I'm going to be filming a lot of those, and I'll be flooding all of your guys' subscription pages with 4, 5, 6 mail calls. That's the plan, at least. I mean, I got pretty much everything for the last month and a half or so. I mean, that 1909 SVDB giveaway we did took a lot of time and kind of kept me away from that. Then I ran into some other stuff I had to do for work and just different things, and so I kind of fell behind on that. One whole mail call alone is going to be I won the Big Show, Ken Peavy's Big Show a few weeks ago. So that's a huge package that'll probably take 10 minutes alone to go through. So we'll go through that. Parker's asking how many hours do I have and how many did I get? I'm right around 2,500 hours or so watch time on my channel. I mean, that's another reason I like to fire up the live stream every now and then. And I just felt like going through a box of Lincoln Cents, or pennies as Parker calls them. Help get a little more watch time, but yeah, just the live stream alone for that 1909 VDB giveaway that we all did together, that added about 500 hours alone just from that, because we had at one point I think we got up to like 333 or 339 people, something like that, so it was pretty wild. Lincoln Chaser, good to see you. Majestic, Jamie Dermott, thank you very much. Joseph, thanks for coming in. Just kind of looking for anything interesting. What I do on these, just to let you know, is I like to try to pull out the wheat cents, of course. I like to try to pull out I mean, I saved 1959 just because it's the first year memorial. If I see any errors or anything interesting, I'll pull those out. I also like to set aside the 2009 bicentennial of Lincoln's birth and centennial of the Lincoln cent. I'd like to set those aside just to keep track of them. If I happen to find a 2017 Philadelphia, I'll pull that aside, keep track of it. And then I like to save all the San Francisco mint cents just to keep track. But I do separate the copper coins out, but I'll do that separately. I won't do that right now just because I'll end up missing some anyway, and then it's not very interesting for y'all to watch me separating out copper versus the copper-plated zincs. And what else we got here? Parker's got 500 hours. Yeah, just keep at it. And the thing is with the videos, even if you're doing a bunch of 5-10 minute videos and they're good, it's just with how many subscribers we all got and just the way people watch, you just can't get to that watch time unless you're doing live streaming. Because what happens, Parker, when you put out a 10-15 minute video, and you'll see in your analytics, very few people are going to watch the whole thing. Even if they tell you, oh, I loved it, I watched it, a lot of people skip around. It's just the way it is. Jeremy, I'm doing fine. Thanks for coming. And so what happens is if you put out a 10-minute video, your average watch time, you'll see, you're lucky if you get a few minutes of that. But when you do a live stream right now, all you guys watching, I really appreciate it, and thanks for clicking like and all that, but you get lots of watch time in a live stream because people can't skip around. I mean, you're either watching it or you're not, so there's our first S mint. So it's a 71S, so we'll set that aside and keep track of it. So that's why live streaming gives so much people a lot of watch time, just because everyone kind of has to watch it. And that's another reason that it's got an ugly bunch of gunk on that one. That's kind of nasty. It's a 1993. We won't be saving that. That's why a lot of people start using the YouTube premieres. So when you come out a video and you do the premiere, a lot of people will come on and watch. And like I said, if you have a 20-25 minute video that you're putting out, everyone that comes and joins for that premiere watches the entire thing because it's brand new and people can't fast forward and skip around. So if you have some videos like that, some people say you get more watch time if you do it in the premiere format. So I haven't tried it myself. I've heard mixed reviews about the premieres, and some people love them, some people hate it, but haven't given it a shot myself. But I'll probably look into it some more before trying to do it myself. Bunch of 2017 Ds. There's a 74. That's a D as well. And sorry if I missed stuff in the chat. I'll keep poking over into the chat and making sure I'm seeing anything. Lima Echo Juliet, thanks for coming. Wonder if anybody else found any of those. The America the Beautiful from Acadia. I'm sure I've come across that. That was from 2012, I'm sure. I mean, they've been out for a while. My 20-minute mail call got 30 views in 10 hours and 300 hours of watch time. That seems like a ton, Parker. 30 views at 20 minutes, that doesn't add up. How do you get 300 hours out of that? That sounds like a mistake. Michael, do I keep the coppers? Yes, I do. Like I said, right now I don't separate them out on the live stream. I just put them all to the side right now, and then I'll go through these again because undoubtedly as I'm doing this live with you guys and keep turning my head to chat, I'm missing things. Like whenever I go back, I always find a couple extra of the 2009 bicentennial coins that I missed, or I might find an extra S mint cent that I missed during the live. So I always go back before I come up with the final count and post a results video. And then at that time is when I separate out the copper versus the copper-plated zincs. So I do save those, and I'll keep track of those. So this is the fourth box I've done here on YouTube. I don't do them too often, maybe once a month it seems like I'm trying to do. I'll try to do them maybe a little more frequently, but after I do the video, a few days later, you'll see in my video history, I do post a results video where I break down everything that we found, and I show close-ups of the finds underneath the microscope. Well, that's interesting. We got a 2019, which isn't that rare in itself, but this one's actually from Philadelphia. Usually I get Denver mint cents because I'm out here in Southern California, and pretty much almost all I get is Denver mint cents for the first few years. I did a few boxes ago, someone had mentioned that there's a new variety for 2018. It was a 2018 Denver double dye. There's a slight doubling of the ear, which I think Blue Ridge Silverhound might have put out a video about it. So I decided I would go through and separate out all the 2018s I got to look for that. I think it was 286 2018 Ds in the box, and only 3 2018 from Philadelphia. So it just shows how many Denver coins we get. So that's just stood out right away, a 2019 from Philadelphia, because I usually don't. And most of the coins I'm looking at are all Denver mint. Usually we don't see a lot of Philadelphia coins. It takes 5-10 years or more for them to make their way out to the West Coast in great numbers, it seems like. Can't tell if that's a D or an S. I need to look at my loop on that. And so let me take a look at that. That is an S, another 71S there. And if I ever find anything completely interesting, I'll put it under the microscope there for you, of course, but I don't think, a beat up 71S is very interesting for most of you. So there's another roll down. 30 by 20 is 600 watch minutes. Yeah, maybe it's the minutes that you're, because 300 hours is just crazy for that. Hi, Lincoln Central. How you doing? Thanks for coming on in, and good to see you. Yeah, I haven't done a live stream since that 1909S VDB giveaway that we all worked together on, so I just kind of, I had some people actually emailing, hey, where you been? Where you been? I mean, I've been popping in the live stream, saying hello to other people as much as I can, and, trying to, I've been putting out some videos here and there, but just haven't had the time really to do a live stream in a little bit, so I figured I needed to do that, just say hi to y'all and make sure y'all know I'm okay. And then I also wanted to go through this box, and then I was even more excited when I opened it up a little while ago and saw those 2 rolls with the wheat cent enders. So hopefully that's a sign of more fun to come. Whoops, sorry about that. Didn't turn my phone down. Sorry about that. Got that default ringtone from Samsung because I don't know how to change it. We can do that with a fair amount of copper cents in here so far. I mean, it looks like I'm not counting the exact count, but it seems to be a little bit more than average just based on how I'm feeling about it. What else we got here? Good afternoon. How am I doing? I'm doing great, Arizona Coins. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing well too. Hoping to find something fun in here to show you all, but if not, at least we can hang out for a little bit and chat. If you guys have any questions about any of the coins I've posted lately, or any of the videos you've posted to make sure I've watched them, or anything like that, feel free to pop it in the chat and hopefully I'll see it. There's a 2017 P. I thought it was, or a D. I thought it was a P for a second, but no, it's a D. Hopefully you guys are all making friends with each other, and it's another great thing to do in these chats while you're watching me try to find something interesting. And I might be a little boring here just looking at the cents here and not talking too much about them. So make sure you guys are all friends with each other and subscribe to each other and help each other grow their channels, and that's always fun to do. And not only is it just cool to do and to help people out, but a lot of the people here in this room right now put out some great content, and if you're interested enough to click on me looking at this stuff right now, there's probably stuff on these other channels that you'd like to see too if you're not already friends with them. Lima Echo Juliet found first W coin roll. Awesome. I haven't really searched quarters. I usually don't do that. I just don't find it very interesting. Because, yeah, I mean, every now and then you might find a silver coin. But, yeah, with the W quarters out there, it does make it more fun to look through them, but I just haven't done it. I'd rather go through a few boxes of cents. But yeah, just in change and looking around, I haven't found any W's. So, I mean, I know my odds just finding one in change are a lot lower, but I haven't got one yet. I mean, I've seen tons of them at coin shows and at coin club meetings, so I've had chances to buy them or to get them. Oh, that's an ugly one, a 1990 with some kind of sticky gunk on it and some fuzz hanging off of it, so that's nasty. Young Coin Hunter, so what? 108 star serial number's worth a ton. So Young Coin Hunter, deal with that. It's not the serial number itself that makes those, and what Young Coin Hunter is talking about is early PCGS slabs. It's a version of the PCGS Rattler. Well, that's interesting. Those are 2018, and again, not a Denver mint. It's a Philadelphia, so I usually don't see Philadelphia coins for the first couple of years. So I'll just set that aside for fun for now, just because I'm not setting anything aside. But yeah, it's not the fact that they have the serial number like that. It's what it is. It's the first generation of the Rattler slab is what people collect, and they call them the white label Rattlers. The usual Rattler slabs have a light green label printed on a different kind of paper. The ones that we look for, the ones that are worth big bucks, have a white label. It's hard to tell in most photos, but I mentioned those serial numbers one time because all of them that are known do start with that 108 serial number, but don't just buy any coin with a 108 serial number, because there are lots of Rattler slabs that start with that serial number that are not the white label. So it's one thing to look for, but it's not the only thing to look for. So there's several more things that are on those that you gotta be able to identify. I mean, if you know exactly what you're looking for, it's one thing, but just caution you not to go out and buy the first one you see or try to get too excited about it, because there are more of them that are not the white label than that are. And that's why people spend a lot of money for them when they do find them, because they're not that easy to find. I think so far maybe about 50 or 60 of them have been found total. And I'm just not really finding anything that's exciting me so far here. What else we got here? I've missed some stuff already in chat. Let me scroll up a little bit. Did I get to my coin club safe yesterday? Yeah, Young Coin Hunter, I did. Yeah, last night I had the meeting. It's the Glendale Coin Club in Southern California here. And as if you guys might have seen on your news, or if maybe not, there's some wildfires right now. And the usual route I take from where I live to go there goes right by where those fires are. So I had to avoid that route, so I took off a little early and went kind of down through the city a little more. And I drove through a bunch of smoke probably for about 10, 15 miles. That was, you just keep the air conditioner on the car and you put it on the recirculate so you're not bringing in the fresh smoke. But yeah, it got pretty smoky for a while, and I was still probably 15 miles away from where the main fires were. So, but yeah, but we did have a low attendance at our meeting just because there were quite a few people that live on the other side of the fires, and they had so many of the freeways and shut down because of that they just couldn't make it, or they would have had to drive several hours out of the way to go get around the different mountain passes. And so we did have low attendance at the meeting, but it was still okay. Our main speaker for the night wasn't able to make it, for example, and things like that. Hi, Maria. How you doing? Ray's Penny Farm. I didn't say hi to you. Butch, or as some of us like to call you sometimes, 3Utch. Thanks for coming and stopping in. Trying to keep up with chat a little bit here. Nice light green Rattler with a Morgan. Yeah, the Rattler slabs are fun, and a lot of people like to collect them just because of that. But like I said, there's a version, and what people like about the early version with the white label is those were only used like in the first week or so that PCGS was open. So a lot of people like to collect those just that like PCGS slabs and like the history of them and just want one for their collections. And there's actually two different versions of the white label Rattler. One's an even earlier version that they use just for like maybe the first couple hundred coins, and then after that they use another version for like another 1,000 or so. But just for an example, if you can find a common coin, like a common Morgan dollar graded MS63 or so, that's maybe only worth 40, 50, 60 bucks, in one of those holders it's probably worth 1,000 or so right now, just because of the plastic. And then at that point, when people are paying that, a lot of people don't care about what the coin looks like. They're more concerned about if the holder's in good condition. So it's kind of weird, and there's not a lot of people that collect that, but there's definitely a group of folks that are pretty hardcore about collecting the different history of the grading companies and the earlier slabs. Thanks for coming in, Stacking Silver with D. Appreciate that. Oh, Rob finds treasures in here. Good to see you, Rob. Oh, we got a wheat cent. Rob came in just in time. He's the lucky guy, I think. So what do we got here? Wheat cent. I should probably bring up my other screen because I'm watching the screen that's got the probably 15, 20, 30 second delay, so I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. There's a wheat cent. Looks like it's in good shape. Anybody got a guess on what date it is? I haven't looked yet. If you guys want to put a guess in the chat, let's see how good you guys are. Looks like it's in good shape. I haven't looked at the other side yet. Yeah, Rob, sorry I wasn't able to make your stream too much. I just popped in just enough to pretty much say hello. Had a coin club meeting last night, the Glendale Coin Club, and so I often miss second Friday of every month, so that's you're not going to see me too often there. And we got another wheat set, and I actually saw the date on this one. This one here, while you guys are looking at that other one and trying to figure out what it is, this one is a 1940. That's definitely a little bit more worn. I'll get this boring proof quarter that we're going to give away out of the way. And show. Oh, let's see how bad my aim is there. So there's the 1940 we just got. All right, we got a lot of guesses there. Someone even guessed 1856. Let's see what it is. Yeah, it's in the 40s. Let's see what we got. 49S. That's not a bad shape either. I would have guessed in the 50s just from looking at the reverse. So 49S. Let me look at the chat now. Anybody guess 49? I doubt it. That's a weird guess. That would have been a weird guess. Look at Parker going, Weedy. Yep. No one guessed 49 that I see. Joseph Clark was pretty close, guessing 48. That's pretty cool. Yeah, 56 Flying Eagle would be a real nice find. I'd probably be ending the stream right there and calling it quits because I don't know if I could get any better than that and searching through. But so that's pretty fun so far in this roll. 2 wheat cents. The first 2 that we found in the whole box, and I think this is the 7th roll. So that's a pretty good sign there. And like I said, I mentioned it earlier. This here's a proof 1962 Washington quarter. And after I'm done going through this and after we're having all the fun chatting, we'll do a little giveaway of that at the end. This is a 72D, not the S. That's cool, Rob. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. Appreciate that. Have a good weekend. Let's see. Worcester's here. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I haven't found any of the 2009 bicentennials yet, and we're what? It's the 7th roll. Usually I'd find a couple by now. That's interesting. Doesn't really mean anything. I mean, they're not all evenly distributed in these boxes. We know that. There's a 68D. There was a 66 in there. Immediately call PCGS if I found a Flying Eagle. I'd probably be looking through the rest of this actually first just to see what else is in here, because and I'd probably be going to. I got 2 other boxes over there too. I'd probably be going through those just to make sure they weren't, friends of this box if I found something like that. But hey, Mike, can we look at this bicentennial quarter I found last night? Has a die crack? Not sure. Yeah, you can email me pictures. I don't know if I'll be able to bring it up here during the stream, but I'll definitely take a look at it and email you back with what I found. Hi, I just complained about not finding the 2009s, and wouldn't you know it, right there. And I think this is the last of the 4 of the presidency one with where the Capitals being almost finished there. 2009 Denver, so we'll set that aside. Cool. Yeah, definitely. My email address right there at the top of the screen. If anybody guys have any questions about any of my coins or any of your own coins, I mean, I'll try. I mean, I know a lot of people like to send pictures of error coins. Just note, I am not an expert in error coins by any means. I'm familiar with some and the major ones, and I've dealt in some of them here and there, but I'm not an expert. I mean, I'll be able to tell you, hey, I think that's damage, or I don't know what that is. So, I mean, but don't expect me to have all the answers on stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if you're willing to put the time in to email me, I'll put the time in to at least reply back and tell you I have no idea what the heck that is, or maybe I do know what it is, and I'll get right back to you. Again, I'm seeing, it seems like there's a little bit more copper than I normally see. But I know this isn't a box that's been sitting for a while because, like I said, we've seen a couple 2019s already. Most of them have been Denver, so we know it's not a box that's been sitting for years and years. I mean, I do get some older boxes every now and then. And there's the Lincoln Birthplace, 2009, with the log cabin. And that one is a Denver. Yeah, every now and then they'll just give me a brand new box, and you'll see they're all brand new, and it'll be a 2016 Denver box or a 2017. So it'll be, so that box has been sitting there for 2, 3, 4 years. So it's kind of fun. What else do we got here in chat? I'm missing some more stuff here. No, there's no flying 56 flying. Hey, never say no one's ever gonna do it, Lincoln. You never know, but yeah, you're never gonna find that one. Well, 99.9999% you're never gonna find it, but I guess anything's possible. Well, if you ever did find one, it's almost certain that it's gonna be a fake or even an altered date if someone's just messing with people. But Tennessee Copperhead, thanks for coming in. Kellen, good to see ya. JRW3, it was a pattern scent. Well, there's different thinking on that. Pattern scent is when the government, and the mint makes like a new design just as a test. And usually they only make a handful of coins at the most. Sometimes they only make one. I mean, they just need to test it. But the Flying Eagle scent, the 56, they made quite a few. I don't know the mintage offhand, but I know it's over 1,000. So would you really make over 1,000 if it was just a pattern or a test? Sometimes they do if they're trying to get a new design approved. Like they'll give them out to congressmen or to different dignitaries or different people at the mint. But some people out there, some numismatists believe that it might be a circulation piece because of the research. Then it struck them in different ways. Some of them have a proof finish and some of them are more of a business strike finish. So same thing when you go back and look at the 1836 Gobrecht dollars. I mean, they've minted over 1,000 of those, and some people say, oh, that's just a pattern, but you find a lot of them with lots of circulation wear, and a lot of people say that's a circulating coin too. So there's different schools of thought on it. Could find a 56 metal. I mean, it's possible. Oh, you got the one with the missing letters there, Lena. That's cool. Yeah, I usually don't look for too much stuff. D sent an email. Great. Like I said, I'll try to get to that later on today after the stream, of course. Let's see if we can find anything else fun in this roll. I'm not seeing anything yet. And I know other people that search through Lincoln Cents look at every single one of them under the scope, looking for every little die crack or every little minor double die. That's just not my style. I don't do that. I'm sure I miss a few things here and there that might be worth 5-10 cents to somebody out there, but I'm not going to concern myself with that. I mean, I do go back when I look through them and pull out like all the major ones. Like I'll look at the 83s for the double die reverse. I'll look at the 84s for the double ear. I'll look at the 92s for the close AMs and the major ones that are actually worth something. Of course, I look at the 95s for the double die. But do I go through like the online listings of every double die and every thing? Absolutely not. It would take days to go through a box. Just want to take a look at this one under the microscope real quick. Oops, I just got the wrong screen up again. Looks like it's slightly misaligned. Looks like we got no rim there on the right-hand side and then a little bit thicker rim on the left-hand side. So the reverse just has a full solid rim all the way around. So you know it's not struck off center. They call that maybe a slightly misaligned die. I don't think it's misaligned enough to get any kind of a premium from anybody, or at least I wouldn't expect it to. But here, let me move this stuff around, make some room for the stuff we find. There's the wheat cents right there that we found. Perfect. Got a 2000D Sacagawea. It looks like it has a die crack. Yeah, I mean, you can send a picture, Maria, and I'll tell you what I think of it. I mean, usually for something like a die crack, I mean, it's got to be pretty dramatic for anybody to really care about it because, at some point, just about every die does wear or start to crack. And there's another 2009 Lincoln. This is which one is this? This is the one where they're building the Capitol. I even forget what they call it. Professional Life, I think is what that one is. So we got 3 different ones so far. We're just missing the one where he's sitting on the log, the formative years, I believe that one is. And there's a 69S. Oh, they just dropped it. Of course, it's not the double die, but we'll set it aside. Flip everyone looking for die rotations. Yeah, that's something that you could find. If you find one that's like fully rotated, that would be something to get a little bit of a premium from somebody, I would guess. But yeah, I honestly don't check for that. I wouldn't notice. I mean, I would maybe notice on some, but unless you're actually holding every one of them and flipping them yourself and looking, that's something you could easily miss. Roll quarters were shipped from Philadelphia and Denver straight to Indianapolis, and that's why you're finding it? Okay. Yeah, I know the West Point Mint sent them all to the Philadelphia and Denver, and they were put in the large bags that usually go to the Federal Reserve. They were sprinkled in at each of the mints, so they can be in bags of P or D quarters. I know that's how they do that. And if you really want to, you can buy one of the big bags from the mint directly. Cost $51,500 to get one of the bags, but you're guaranteed to get a bunch of W's that way. And I know dealers and people that have done that. And there's a form to order them right on the Mint website if you're interested in doing that. But then you got to arrange for your own shipping, and again, you got to pay, $51,500 to get one of those. There's another 69S, not a double die. Tim Holmes, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Look at the Red Book variety. Yeah, like I said, Jeff Stan, I look for the main Red Book varieties. I look for pretty much most of the stuff that's in the Cherry Picker's Guide too. I mean, the major ones. But yeah, you could look up almost any date that exists and go on to some of the online resources and find very minor double die varieties, or just, there's another 69S in the same row. No double die. But yeah, if the double, and even when you look at those online resources that list all those, none of those are ever going to make the Cherry Picker's Guide or Red Book just because they're so minor. But even if you happen to find that, or if you're looking at it online, you can hardly even see what they're talking about in the nice clear photos that are done under a microscope, the doubling's so minor. So if you can hardly even see it with a microscope, there's very little chance you're going to see it with a regular loupe, and you're never going to see it with the naked eye. So the chances that you're going to find a collector out there that cares about that are very, very small. And usually the collectors that do care about those very minor varieties don't want to pay for them. They want to find them themselves. So it's just not worth my time and effort to go through and do all that. So that's why I don't do it personally. But I don't have a problem with other people doing it if that's what they want to do and they enjoy doing it, of course. Especially if they're building the collection for themselves or trying to come up with new varieties and things like that. So just got a full uncirculated box. Boo. Yeah, I've got a few of those cameras. Sometimes I sell those, and I actually know a guy that runs a lot of the scent elongated scent machines. Some of you guys call them penny smashing machines or penny roll or scent, the elongated scents where you get like at Disneyland or at Universal Studios or different theme parks. So he works at a lot of those machines and he operates them and does a lot of that stuff. So anytime I get boxes of the brand new ones, I can just get them to him and he'll buy them from me right away just because they like to use nice shiny scents in those. But or you can even try to sell them on eBay, but then it's a lot of work, having to deal with the shipping and boxing up just to make a few dollars. But whenever I find, either right away, if I find the brand new ones, like the 2019s, I'm usually sell them, or if I find one that's a few years old, then you can sell those too. But I usually get disappointed too when I go in there looking for boxes of circulated scents and they give me a bunch of uncirculated. Being happy about it isn't really my first thought. That looks like maybe a 74S, but it's damaged, so I gotta get my loupe to look. Nope, it's a D. 2 cents are fascinating. Okay, I like 2 cent pieces. Scored some more 40% Ikes below melt. Yeah, that's cool. At my coin club meeting last night, there were there's a 58D, so that's a weedy. That's fun. Just a 58D, nothing fancy, so I won't even put that under the scope. Yeah, last night at our coin club meeting, like I said, the attendance was pretty low, but we still did our auction and did everything. So one of the auction items was 5 silver dollars. Real circulated condition, kind of worn out. I think a couple of them were Morgans, and then a couple of them were piece dollars. And the melt value alone, when you look it up on Coinflation, is about $13.50 per silver dollar. And the auction was starting at $55, so $11 each. So, of course, I started bidding on that, and a couple other bidders were involved, but I still ended up winning them for less than the silver melt value. So, it's always fun to be able to buy Morgan dollars and peace dollars, even if they are kind of worn down and beat up, and for less than the silver value. Morgan's about to make a video. Just got a box of pennies. That's cool. Hopefully you get some good stuff in there. Yeah, I'm having trouble with this roll. What else we got? Copper is best. Yeah, definitely. There's some people that, especially like when you'd have the machines that you could put your own coin in. Yeah, you put a real copper one in there, and if I'm collecting them and I'm doing it myself, the guy that I mentioned, he has some of the ones that you'd crank by hand, and he brings them to local coin shows, so he'll smash anything you want. Like if you bring an Ike dollar, you can roll your stuff on an Ike dollar. If you bring silver dollars, whatever you want, he'll let you do it, and you can do it yourself. It's kind of fun. But and the ones that you used to be able to put your own coin in, a lot of people would prefer to use a full copper cent too, because it just looks better. And then you can actually like grease up the coin and kind of darken. You put something on the coin of darken it to where like the date pops out better on the other side after you roll it. But the problem is there's a 72. It doesn't look like it has any doubling. I always like to look for the 72 double die. The problem is that all the new machines, especially at the big theme parks, you can't even put coins in anymore. They either take credit cards or you got to put a dollar bill in, and they provide the coin for you nowadays. So, and the thing is usually if you have older copper cents, they look like, this. They're brown or they got some tarnish on them. And the average person, there's another 69S, getting a few of those now. No doubling, so we'll just set that aside anyway. Most people, if they get something and it's not a perfect bright red brand new coin, they're going to be disappointed they spend $1. They want something brand new and shiny, so the big theme parks, it seems like they only want brand new cents in the machines. Now, I guess if you went out and bought old bags of Lincoln cents from the 70s that were still all brand new, those might be acceptable, but then you're paying a premium, and at least the people that run the theme parks, they're not interested in paying a premium. They just want to stick any old cent in there. So, but they want them to be brand new because they don't want people complaining, hey, I just spent $1 to get my Cinderella smashed elongated cent, and it's dirty or it's not perfect looking. So they just avoid that, and they only put new stuff in the machines. But yeah, the guy that brings the hand roll machines, and actually you guys all know him, it's SoCal Box Breaks. That was part of our 25 channel giveaway. That works at one of the local coin shops too. He does a lot of elongated cent machines, and he brings them to the coin clubs every now and then. It's fun. He's even used dies, because he has dies for each of the clubs. So like when we have a show that's part of our coin club, we'll have a die for Glendale Coin Club or Verdugo Hills Coin Club or whatever it is. So that makes it even more fun. But he's had people bring in gold pieces, and they instead of the elongated cent, you'd have an elongated 10th ounce gold or an elongated $2.50 gold piece. So that's kind of fun. Usually pay $5 to $8 for the blue and brown Ikes. Yeah. Yeah, I had an offer at the Buena Park Coin Show, which was, I guess, a week and a half ago or so. Was it? No, it was just last weekend. And I could have bought about 140 silver Ikes. I think about 50 or 60 of them were the brown box proofs, and then maybe 80 or so were the soft pack blue, the blue ones. And I think the price was going to be $6.75 only if I took them all. And I don't know if I should have done it or not. I mean, I just didn't want to have that many of them, and I really only wanted the proofs. So I said I would do it only but I only want the brown ones. I didn't want the blue pack ones, and the dealer said no, it was an all or none deal, so I passed on it. So I don't know if that was a bad move or not, but I just didn't want to basically be spending almost, I guess it's about around $1,000 just on silver Ikes, and I didn't know if it was a good deal or not, but I'm sure I could have sold quite a few of them here just on YouTube or given some away and things like that, but if that was a deal for 10 coins or 50 coins or something like that, that's one thing, but when it's 140 of them, it's just, I mean, how many can you actually get rid of in any time soon, you know? Minted your own coin once. That's cool. Yeah, we do that for coin clubs every now and then. We'll have coin club medals that we make up. That one just kind of looks like a weird... It had some weird circulation. I thought it might be something special, but no, it's just worn a little odd. I'm trying to find some interesting stuff for you. I mean, there's stuff here that I'm going to look at later. Like, right there's a 92D. I'll check that later, of course, with my loop to make sure that's not the close AM. There's a couple others, like I've seen, like a couple in the 98s, the 99s, and the 2000 Philadelphias. I'll check those for the wide AMs, just some of the major varieties. But, I mean, if I see something right away like a 72, yeah, I'm going to quickly check for the double die here while we're with y'all. And same thing for like the 84, you know, I'll check that for the doubled ear. But other than that, you know, I'm not going to waste everybody's time looking at every single one of them. I'd rather chat with you guys and, you know, try to have some fun with that. This one here just looked a little like, I don't know, the rim's just a little thicker on the one side than, but it looks like it's all the way. The other side looks just totally normal. This is the 91. Nothing really special. Just in hand, that one just looks a little odd. So maybe it's slightly misaligned, or, but I'll set that aside and take a look at that and maybe a little closer later, but nothing too special. You wish you had let me know. Oh, about the Ikes? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have texted. Happy with any silver Ike at or under 625? Yeah, I think these were 675 for everything. So, I mean, I think I quickly looked up the silver melt value, and of course, if it was under the melt value at the time, I probably would have just bought them all just for silver. But I think it was a little bit over. There's a really beat up 71S. So I'll save that just because it's an estimate. We'll add that to our count later. But yeah, the guy, like I said, and the dealer kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way, because this is how the deal went, just so you know. So it's like, I'm looking at them, and I know like right away some of the proofs, like the 74s are a little bit more, they're worth, when you look them up in the gray sheet and the price guides, they go for a bit of a premium, and then the 73s go for a big premium. And he told me, when I started looking through it, he goes, oh yeah, all the dates are in there, I'm sure. There's a good mix. So I started looking through the proofs, and I didn't see any 73s like I expected. The oldest one here is a 62D, but nothing special. And so I didn't expect to find any 73s, but the fact he told me he thought they were in there just trying to get me to buy them kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but whatever. And then, but there were a few 74s, but most of them were 71s. So there's the common ones. And, let's see if I'm missing anything else. Trying to hit 150 subs. Morgan's. Yeah, everybody go hit up Morgan's Are Raining and check out the channel. And if you like it, give them a subscription. But yeah, so that was one thing. So I'm looking through them real quick and didn't see exactly what I was being told. And then I said, yeah, I like the proofs, but don't really want the blue ones as much. But I was looking through them, being, you know, see what they were. And they were in okay shape, but there were some that were just bad. But then the dealer's saying, well, you know the blue ones are worth more than the proofs anyway, so you should definitely do the deal. And I'm like, well, okay. And I'm, you know, and when I looked it up, and, you know, I think the proofs are worth more, especially when there were several 74s. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't buy Ike dollars every day, so maybe I had that wrong. But when I looked it up, I thought the proofs were worth more, and they were worth more to me. So then when I said, well, I'll do it and I'll buy only the proofs, the dealer got a little upset, said, no, it's an all or nothing deal. I'm like, well, you just told me the blue pack Ikes are worth more, so you should be wanting to just get rid of only the proofs. And he kind of just gave me a weird look like he knew I caught him, and so I don't know. Maybe it's probably better that I didn't do it, because then I'd be trying to figure out what to do with 140 silver Ike dollars. I know I could have definitely sold probably 10 of each, or maybe 5 of each, to a couple of different local coin clubs just so they could use them as prizes. I'm sure I could have came up here on YouTube and we could have done an auction, and I probably could have auctioned off 10 or 20 of them, and some of you out there would have paid enough to make me a small profit, and you would have even paid for shipping. But I mean, even after doing that and having a little fun with it and maybe making $20 total profit, I'd still have 100 of the things. So it's just way too many for me. Unless I had a buyer out there like Lincoln saying he wanted to buy 100 of them from me just to add to his stockpile. But even then, I mean, if I buy them at $6.75 a piece, even if he's willing to pay $7 or $7.50, and then having to deal with boxing all those up and shipping them, there's just no money to be made. Spending that kind of money at a coin show, I can find better things to buy where it's just one coin or two or three or four coins and stuff I can actually more confidently make money on and with a lot less effort. So that's the other thing when you're a coin dealer at the show. It's like you'll get so many things offered to you because there's a lot of collectors running around that need money, and there's even other dealers running around trying to raise money to do other deals. So you're going to have all kinds of stuff offered, but you only have a certain amount of money usually. I mean, at least that's the way I do. I only have a certain amount, but maybe some of the others are in different situations. But you just got to be a little more picky about what you buy because you don't know what the next deal is. Lincoln says not the time of person he'd buy with. Yeah. Feeling's amazing when you hit 100 subs. Morgan's, yeah, the first 100 are real tough. So if you've gotten there, congratulations. And the next 100 are a little easier, and then a little easier after that. But none of them are easy. It all takes a lot of work. So congratulations. Numismatic picker, post office worker asked what was in his registered mailbox. Nosy. What should you do about it? Numismatic picker, first of all, and this goes for everybody, not just numismatic picker, whenever you are mailing coins, even if the person has coins in their name, like someone like Young Coin Hunter, for example, don't put on the box Young Coin Hunter. Or if it's Michael Kittle Rare Coins, don't put on the box Michael Kittle Rare Coins. Just use initials or something else, like MKRC or just Michael Kittle RC. For Young Coin Hunter, either if you're going to mail them something, just say, hey man, tell me what your real name is, or just put YCH or something like that. So that's one thing for security. There's a 59D. We'll save that just because I save all the 59s just because they're the first year memorial. There's a 63D with some red color, but not enough to save probably. So yeah, never put coins on there. And then if you're going in, especially if you're asking for postal insurance, because then they start asking, ooh, look at this really little box. It's real light. And you want $1,000 insurance, or you want $500, or if you're sending it registered and you're asking for $10,000 insurance, yeah, a lot of postal people get nosy, and it's not their business to do that. So whenever anyone asks, oh, why? What do you got in here? What are you insuring? All I say is nothing hazardous, perishable, liquid, or hazardous, because that's what they have to ask you when they're when you're shipping packages. That's all they're entitled to know, whether it's liquid, fragile, perishable, or hazardous. I think I got that right. You guys might be familiar with that. When you mail packages, they ask that, and there's posters in the post office saying, hey, you can't ship these items, and because a lot of stuff like that will go on airplanes, and they don't want that kind of stuff going through the mail. So if you answer the question, hey, what do you got in this box? You go, it's nothing liquid, fragile, perishable, or hazardous, and you just kind of keep staring at them, and they'll get the hint real quick that it's none of their business. Now, you can be a little more forceful about it and say, hey, it's none of your business, but it kind of is their business because they have a right to know if it's anything, like I said, liquid, perishable, hazardous, or I don't remember exactly what it is, but so that's one thing. So that's when shipping stuff, but I guess I had it wrong. Newspaper picker was picking up a package from NGC. Yeah, if you're picking up a package that's already been through the mail, and yeah, it's registered, so that means you got to go in and sign for it, and the postal people have had to sign for it, so they know it's a package that's been insured, and they probably know it's been insured for quite a bit. And if they're just being nosy, you can just kind of say it's none of your business, and but a lot of people don't like to do that because at the post office you see these people every day or every so often, and you don't want to have them always being rude to you or anything after that. I mean, you could lie and just say, oh, it's machine parts, or it's something, just something that nobody would care about, or oh, it's samples for my business, or just something like that. You don't have to. Penny, 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 says Sillies. Exactly. So some people like to do that, or you just say, oh, it's metal parts, or car parts, or you can say whatever you want. I mean, but I don't like to lie because I just don't. But it's really none of their business. And if it ever bothers you, you could ask to see the postmaster or whoever's in charge there and tell the people, hey, look, I'm not comfortable telling everybody what I'm getting in packages because it's high value items and I don't want it stolen. And now there's a lot less chance of things getting stolen and registered because the postal people have to sign for each package. There's a 74S that we'll save. But I hear the same thing a lot of times when you're going to ship packages, and you'll just be sending something priority mail, and you'll say, oh, I need $1,000 insurance, and then, they get real, oh, wow, $1,000? Why? What's in here? And they're being real loud about it, and when there's people in line, and then everybody in line's looking at you, too, now that they know you're sending a little tiny box that you're asking for $1,000 insurance, and it's not their business. But yeah, like Adrian says, if you say not their business, they might think it's something bad. It's not really, but it's not their business to even think it's something bad. But they do have a right to know if you're sending things that are not allowed to be sent through the mail. So to actually just go say it's none of your business what I'm sending, that's not accurate, because they do have the right to know if you're sending, hazardous, liquid, perishable items. But that's why I like that response. You find out what they ask you, and I know it's on their postal website, and there's usually posters in there, and just say, it's none of that. That's all you really got to respond with. And usually if you say that right back to them, and you're looking right at their face when you say it and giving them kind of a strong look, they kind of know that they've overstepped their boundaries, and you're not interested in telling them what's in the package. And if it doesn't stop right there, you can ask to see whoever's in charge. And then you talk to them privately, say, hey, look, I come in here, I send valuable items, and I don't need your employees asking me about what's in the packages to where everybody in the room can overhear it and maybe follow you home and whatever. There's a 73S we'll save. Morgans are raining, good stuff. Yeah, well, hold on, let me check Morgans are raining. I don't even know if I'm subscribed. Let me go to channel. Since I'm telling everybody to go subscribe to everybody, make friends. Morgans are raining. It doesn't sound familiar, but I am subscribed. 116 subscribers you got now, so I am subscribed to you as well. I don't know if maybe you changed your channel name, but it just didn't sound familiar, but that's okay. I'm subscribed to probably 1,000 different people, so it's hard to know. Okay, I was getting really upset. Asked me and scored the box with a pair of scissors, and the line was... Yeah, I mean, I don't like when people ask me either, so... But, and like I said, it's really none of the, especially when you're receiving a package, because you're not the one shipping it, you're just receiving it. As long as you're signing for it and it's you and they check your ID, it's none of their business what's in there. So, Michael Kittle, why are you putting aside the 74 coins? What is so special about them? Well, the one, I don't put all the 74s aside. This one I just put aside because it's a 74 from San Francisco. And really, there's nothing special other than it has an S mint. And when I grew up looking through Lincoln Cents for my own collection, I didn't find very many S Mint coins. I grew up in Illinois and just didn't see as many, so I've always saved them. And now that I live in Southern California, I find a lot more. So I do set them aside just to kind of have something to look for and kind of keep track. That was a 1984 Philly, so I just checked if it was the double ear. It's not. But yeah, basically I just set them aside just so we can see how many we find. And when I do the recap videos, so this is the 4th box I've searched on YouTube. If you go back, you can see the other 3 live streams if you want to watch and give me tons of watch time, which I won't complain about. There's a 71S, so there's another S Mint we'll save. But anyway, if you don't watch the live streams or rewatch them later, you'll see a few days later, or maybe up to a week later, I'll do a recap video where I go through the finds, and I have a little score sheet where I'll say how many wheat cents we found, how many foreign coins, how many, of the different things. And one of the things I keep track of is the S Mint Lincolns from 68 through 74. Just something to keep track of. They can follow you home, break into your house. Yeah, P.O. Box. Well, that's the thing, you P.O. Box, but that's just good advice. They tell it to coin dealers especially, but anybody, especially when you're going to coin club meetings, coin shows, make sure you know if people are following you. I mean, here's one that I just want to put under the scope here just because it was real messed up. So let's take a look at that. It's just a zinc cent. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, as bad as it looked. Just kind of eaten up. Got some damage. I guess not enough to save. And sometimes the zinc cents get real corroded and eaten up, and like to kind of save those just for fun. But where in Illinois? I grew up in the Joliet area, about an hour south of Chicago. But yeah, just good advice for anybody, dealers especially, but I guess any collector. So if you go to a major coin show or just a local coin show, and I mean at a coin show, remember they kind of pretty much let anybody in as long as you pay the admission, and sometimes there's not even an admission charge, so you never know who's around. But everybody, once you're there, they know you're a coin collector. They might see you flashing around money, and it's something that security is something to be concerned about. So what you usually tell people is when you go to your car after the show, kind of look around and make sure there's no one following you back to your car, for one. But when you're driving home, I always, like if say you have to drive on the freeway for about 10 miles, whatever it is, I never get off the freeway at the exit that I actually live at. I always get off somewhere else along the way, drive around for a little bit in some neighborhood, and just to make sure no one's actually following me. Or I'll stop halfway home from the coin show and go through like a drive-through and just get a pop or something, or and just to make sure, because you would then be able to kind of see if someone's following you through like an empty neighborhood and then getting right back on the highway with you, just for security, just to make sure no one's following you home. Now I know there's other ways that people can really track you and put like a tracker GPS on your car. There's some things you're not going to be able to avoid, but you can definitely protect yourself somewhat and make sure no one's following you around if that's a concern ever. Lincoln had to go. I maybe missed him, but if you're still here, thanks, Lincoln. Let me see what else I'm missing in the comments before I show you the Canadian coin we just found. North Idaho's at 116. Very cool. Everybody check him out. Southern Illinois, Parker, yeah. Yeah, I was up in Northern... I did go to school at University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana for 4 years, so... That's Southern Illinois to me, but I guess you would probably call that Central Illinois. Everybody wants to smash that like button. I appreciate that. Just seeing if I got anything else. Looking for a scale. Don't currently have one. Morgan, yeah, there's lots of real inexpensive scales out there. A bunch of made in China stuff that it all works. You don't need anything too fancy if you're just weighing some coins of your own. Unless you're doing it for business purposes, you don't need to get anything too fancy. I would recommend getting something that goes to at least the 100th gram, so 2 decimal places, just because the ones that only go to 1 decimal place, you just don't get as much info. Tex Scott, thanks for coming in. All right, we did find a Canadian cent here. It's a 1983, so that's the first foreign coin that we found, or first world coin, as some people like to call it. So we'll save that. Charles and C.R. Busey, thank you very much for coming in. Tim Eisman, thanks for coming in too. We're just looking through some Lincoln cents and chatting. Haven't found anything too spectacular yet. Found a few wheat cents and found 159 and maybe 10 or so S-Mint coins. Here's another S-Mint coin, another 69S. Not the double die. And a lot of people think they have the double die when they're looking at the 69S's because they see maybe a little doubling on the mint mark or a little minor doubling somewhere. Well, I'm not even looking at a loop. I'm just looking at this with a naked eye, and it's not a 69S double die. If you ever have the real 69S double die, you wouldn't even need a loop to see it. Look in your red books for the photo. You'll see it. It's not. Don't even look at the date. Look at the In God We Trust, because the doubling on In God We Trust would be strong too. So there's a 69D. You hear about my next find, Midnight Silver Run. I don't know. What was your next find? Maybe I heard about it and I'm not just remembering it, and unless it's something amazing enough that I would remember, and maybe that means I didn't hear about it. So, but if you want to share that with us all, absolutely let us know. And then we'll all go check out your channels. If you're not subscribed to each other, definitely while you're here. You don't have to just wait for me to respond to your questions or talk to me or whatever. You can definitely encourage you to make friends with each other and support each other, and hopefully then they support you right back too. This one here is also a little bit off. It's got a thick rim there on the right hand side and then basically no rim on the left. Let's see the reverse. It looks pretty centered on the reverse, so that would just be a slightly misaligned die. Again, it's pretty common, and I don't think anybody would ever pay a premium for it, but you know what, I'll set it aside anyway and maybe show that off when I do a recap video. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm subscribed to Midnight. So I'm sure I am, but while we're talking about it, let's make sure we're all supporting each other. And I assume you guys are all subscribed and liked to me and all that stuff, because otherwise how would you be here? Yep, I'm subscribed. Midnight Silver, and you got 122. Very cool. Keep it up. Let's find out what he found, though. Let me just see if I can see just by looking at the channel what he's found. Midnight Silver Run. Let me bring it back up because I accidentally closed it. All activities, no recent activities. So must not have done a video about it. Last video was a day ago, though. So, okay. But on your homepage, it says no recent activity. So I'll just mention that right now. If y'all go to Midnight Silver Run's page, you'll see on the home page, it just shows me all activities and it says no recent activity. Most people, when they go find your page, they're going to look at your home page. Now, if you want to look in comparison, look at my home page. It's not going to say no recent activity. I'm going to show you what my featured video is, and I'm going to have playlists, like probably 8 different playlists that you can go look at. So, because, you know, do you really want everyone to, do you want to rely on everybody clicking that next page to look at videos to even see? I mean, so you can do some work on your page and it'll help you grow just by making some playlists and sprucing up your the page everybody's going to go to. So that's something everybody can probably work on. Oh, it's a bicentennial quarter double die. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out. So many Wheaties, need a lot of time to sort it. Did a video on it. Don't know. I'm just telling you, when I go to your page, Midnight Silver Run, I just go to your home page, and it just says no recent activity found. So, but then when I click on the videos tab, it shows me, you know, that you post all of the videos you've posted, and then the most recent one a day ago. So, I wouldn't. The whole point of that is I don't think anybody should rely on YouTube keeping up with your activities there on the page. You can make your own playlists, and one of the playlists you can make, now YouTube has it by default, the playlist is just called Uploads, where it just shows everything you've ever uploaded. There's another slightly off-center, like misaligned die. It's not slightly off-center, because off-center would mean both sides are off-center, but when one side's slightly off-center, it's a misaligned die. I guess I'll set that aside with the other one, just it's not as strong as the one I just already showed you. But like I said, you can make playlists. If you go to my page for an example, I mean, please don't leave the stream. You can open it in another tab or check it out later. If you go to my page, you'll see I got a featured video. I got a playlist that I made of my own. It's called Michael Kittle Rare Coins Uploads. And I have it set up to where every time I upload something, it automatically gets added to that playlist. It's easy to set up. There's a 2009 presidency Lincoln. We'll save those. And so right away, there's a playlist right there at the top. And then I make other playlists. I have a playlist for all the gold coins I do, a playlist for the silver. And so it's just more inviting to someone that comes and looks at your stuff. And it's a little more organized, and you can control what people see on your page. I mean, if people just go to your videos tab, it's just going to be a jumble of everything you've ever done, all in date order, which maybe that works if you don't post a lot of stuff or if you're always posting the same sort of stuff. But a lot of us post different things, and you know, it's just you're leaving it up to the viewer on how to look at your page and whether they're going to keep looking. But if you make really good playlists and put them right there on your home page, then you have control over how people look at your channel and invite them. And not only that, playlists, when people watch them, there's more, you know, as soon as they're done watching a video, the next one's going to start. There's a better chance they're going to watch more of your content. So I would recommend that. YouTube lets you make playlists and lets you make several of them. So, Anthony Goodley, thanks for coming in. Was in Robert's stream yesterday buying. Cool. Let me check out you. I don't know if I'm friends with you, Anthony. I better make sure I am. You took the time to come to my stream. I'll take the time to click on you. Anthony Goodley, 580. I'm subscribed to you now. Very good. I like the cat icon. That's cool. Yeah, everybody make friends with everybody. It's that's how we all grow the channels here. Well, it definitely helps if, I mean, yeah, we all want new people and people that are unique to us so you can grow and grow and grow. But one way, I mean, you're all here. You like coins, obviously, enough to watch me look at some Lincoln cents. So you all at least have one mutual interest. So you're probably going to like each other's content too. So you should check each other out while you're here. Nothing else really in this roll that I'm finding too spectacular. There's a bunch of 2019s, 2010, 2013, 83D, and everything I've been mentioning so far has all been D mint marks. Like I said, I get mostly D mint marks. Even the older ones are more D mint marks than not, just because of where I live in Southern California. Yeah, everything I've looked at, like for this half of the roll since I've been talking about it, every one of them's a D mint mark. D, yep, all those. Every one of them. All right, you get the check when you're on it. I don't know what that means, Lima Juliet. Maybe Anthony knows that. Looks kind of cool, though. All right, we're 20 rolls in. We're getting there. Not finding as much as I'd like to, but I guess we got 3 wheat cents. That's not that great, but definitely like coins. Cool. Thanks, sillies. Hope you have a great day, too. Hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for coming in. I'll just mention, just assume every one of these is a D mint mark. I just want to see how many Philadelphias we even get in one roll here. We'll keep track of the whole roll. All these are D's so far. Every one of them. That's why it's good if you live on one of the coasts, especially. If you do collect Lincoln cents, I mean, or any of the denominations, it's nice to have a friend on the other coast that you can trade coins with if you're trying to collect from circulation. Yep, every one of these Denver mint marks so far, just to show you. Every single one. And some of them are new, some of them are old. We got 81, a 2019, a 1990, a 2016, 2000. 1980 is the first Philadelphia we found. 2016, 2004, 2004, 2007, 2017, 2016, 2016, 2015, 2007, 2012, 2018, 1991 Philly. So there's two now. 76D, 95D, 2008D, 87D, 2018D, 2016D, 2000D, and a 72S. So we got 47 Denver coins, 2 Philadelphias that we're not going to save, and 1 San Francisco. So that's the typical roll that I get here in Southern California. So if you're trying to fill an album with all the dates and mint marks, you'd be looking a long time to fill all those Philadelphia spots, or you should or you need to have a coin pen pal or trading partner on the other coast that you can give all the Denver coins to, and then they can send you all the Philadelphias. Because I know people that search on, especially up in New England, and they don't get any Denver coins. Almost all theirs are Philadelphia. So that's the way it works. Box from the child in the 70s they haven't gone through. That's kind of fun. That'd make some good videos. This is our dream. And Colorado should have found at least 1 W by now. Yeah, I mean, they're starting to spread around. I mean, it's hard to know. A lot of people have been pulling them too. Mr. Breeze for me, thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. About to go through that box. Very cool there. Too bad you can't live stream. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say, there might be a way to do it. I mean, I know like YouTube doesn't let you do it unless you have 1,000 subscribers. It doesn't let you do it from a cell phone directly, but there's a lot of ways to get around that, and you'll see a lot of people live streaming that don't have, more than just a couple hundred subscribers. So there's ways to do it if you really are interested in doing it. Even from your cell phone, you can do the live streaming if you do it like either through I don't know if it's through like an OBS program, how they do it, or maybe even through if there's a way to do StreamYards on your phone. But believe me, there's people that have done it, and I've been in their live stream, so there is a way. What else we got here? Sucks being on the West Coast. Denver rarely has any airs and varieties. Yeah, that's the thing, Anthony. When you're looking at, especially Lincoln cents, you want to look for the 72 double die. That's a Philly coin. You want to look for the 83 DDR. That's a Philly coin. The 84 double die obverse. That's Philadelphia. 95 double dies Philadelphia. The 98, 99, and 2000. What are they? The wide AMs. Those are all Philadelphia. They're just Denver mint's just not as fun. Maybe that just means they do better work and they don't make as many mistakes. Whatever it is, it's more fun looking through the Philadelphia coins for sure. That's just a really fun looking coin, isn't it? Look at that one. That's pretty. You get to see some of the garbage that we find. You do have 1K subs, or don't have 1K subs, maybe is what you were trying to say. Yeah, but so I mean, you can't just do it straight through YouTube, but there are apps you can download and then run it through the YouTube. I just know there's ways people do it. I don't know if you have to do it plugged into the computer, like plug your phone into the computer to make it work, or like I said, I've always used my computer to stream before I had 1,000, and now that I have 1,000, I can just use my phone through the way YouTube does it, so I haven't had to look into it myself, but I've seen other people doing it. There's a way. All right. Good quality control in the Denver? Maybe. Hi, Mary Love. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. David Carlisle, don't know how to do that YouTube stuff. Well, I mean, there's definitely a learning curve for anybody that does it. I mean, you can pretty much go to any YouTuber you can find, including myself, and look at their first live stream, and then just look maybe 3 or 4 live streams after that, and there's going to be an improvement, just because it's not easy. And when you start looking at the different programs of how to set it up, all the different settings, I mean, unless you've done a lot of that kind of work before, it's not that easy to figure out. There's a really nice 74D that I'll probably just save just because it's real nice. Let me see if I got that under the microscope. I got to bring up my other screen. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's close enough. This looks like a brand new 74D. But we can go live on StreamYards from home computer and Streamlabs on phone when we're out about. Yeah, so there's ways to do it. I haven't tried Streamlabs myself other than joining other people's streams through StreamYards. Or StreamYards I'm talking about. Streamlabs is something. Streamlabs is what I'm using right now, the OBS. That's how I got the microscope up in the upper corner and my email address. I don't mind Streamlabs at all. It seems to work out. But there's a learning curve on how to use that too. It's just an OBS software, and then the whole thing about bit rates and everything, it's really a lot of that. It's part of it's on your internet speed, but a lot of it's about what kind of computer you have too. I use an older laptop, and laptops aren't that great for processing video and all that. So you'll be tempted when you start making videos like, oh yeah, I want to set all my settings real high because I want my videos to be real high quality. But I mean, I'm streaming in 1080p if you set your settings to check that out, or if you watch it later like that. But I mean, all the other settings like your bit rate and all that, I got mine set pretty low because, like I said, I got an older laptop, and even then I can hear my laptop running hot sometimes and the fan going, and seems to be okay. And every now and then I'll drop some frames. I don't know if that's my internet or my computer that makes that happen, but it seems to get the job done. So but to figure out how to set all that, like I said, the first couple times I was tempted. Yeah, I want to set this real high. I don't want to set that real high quality, and then of course it wasn't working, and I was dropping a lot of frames. But then I realized a lot of that doesn't matter when we're looking at coins. A lot of that high quality and people that stream in 4K and real high bit rates and more than 60 frames per second, all that might be important if you're doing like live streaming or you're playing some crazy video game. But I mean, really, I'm just looking at some Lincoln Sense here, and the lighting's not even that great, and the only thing moving is my hands every now and then, and this. Do we even really need 1080p and high quality just to do this? Probably not. But so if you're doing coin videos, especially live streams, you just don't need to get too crazy with it. That said, I do like when I go back and watch this like on my TV sometimes on a big screen with, high definition. It is kind of cool that it's in, real good quality. There's a 64D that looks kind of shiny. Might save that. I don't know. It's got a big spot on it. I'm not going to save that now. I'll put the quarter back under there that we'll give away later. Like I said, once we're done going through all these rolls, we'll give away. That's a 1962 proof quarter we'll give away. Aloha from Sheldon. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Everybody say hi to Sheldon, and if you're not friends with Sheldon, make sure you are. He's putting out some good videos from time to time, so you don't want to miss any of those. And I got to check these because I think I might have mixed some of these up. Okay. Need to find some more wheat cents or something interesting. Haven't found any in a little bit. What pennies you looking for? Well, I'm looking for pretty much anything interesting, Mary. Always looking for wheat cents. I'm looking for, I always save the S mint. This little pile I got right here are all the S mints from 68 through 74. I got 159. I always save the 59s. Save the foreign coins. There's a Canadian cent we found. I got a couple slightly misaligned dies. I saved the 2009 bicentennial coins. Just pretty much anything interesting. I mean, I do check the ones that have dates that have major varieties. I check for those, but but what I'll do is I do go back through these again later off stream, and I'll sort out the copper versus the zinc cents, and then in a few days I'll do a recap video of this showing off our finds, and because usually I'll go back through the box later and I'll find a couple things that I missed. Like there might be another S Mint in here or a 2000. Usually I miss a couple of the 2009s. So the final count versus what we see right here will be a little different. Where do I get all the boxes? Yeah, I just get them from local banks. Like I said, I will go there, and sometimes they give you a hassle if you say, oh, can I have a box of cents or a box whatever, and they don't like it. But if you tell them you're not going to bring them back, and oh yeah, you're on Hawaiian time, it's still early for you, Sheldon. That's no problem. But yeah, if you just ask them, and especially if you tell them you won't bring them back, they're usually friendly. But sometimes they'll say you have to order them, and so in that case, I'll just say, yeah, order me 8 boxes just to do them all at once, and just so I have a few sitting on standby. And the last time I did that, I ordered 8 boxes, and all 8 of them were brand new. So then I went to another bank and ordered 8 more boxes, and 4 of those were brand new, and 4 of them had circulated. So there's a 70S. We'll save that. There's a 1984 that looks pretty nice. Let me make sure that's not the double ear. Birth year quarter. That's pretty cool. There's a nice looking 84 here that we just found. It's not the double die obverse with the double ear, but I don't know if the toning will show up, but it's just got a really cool color to it. It's like kind of a purplish satin color. I guess it shows up a tiny bit, but not very much on the scope. Not as colorful as it is in hand, but it's pretty enough to where I'll probably save it. So put that back under there. All right, what else we got here? I know I'm missing everybody saying stuff. Yeah, 1080p at either 30 or 60 is plenty good for gaming. Yeah, Anthony, the thing I don't know is the bit rate, because I'm still doing 1080p, but I can set the bit rate to 2500 or 5000 or 6000 or 3000. I don't know how much that matters, but I just know I was told that I got an older computer. I should set that on the lower end, and it seems to work fine, and the quality seems to be good. I think that probably just matters when it's like I said, more fast-paced action, or I don't know, but it seems to work. But that's what I tell people when they run into dropping a lot of frames. I mean, I tell people maybe check your bit rate, maybe you should lower that, and it seems to help people. How do you win a sticker? Love Lincoln cents, and your sticker would look beautiful. Well, yeah, I mean, whoever wins this quarter, if they want a sticker, I'll send them a sticker. But if you just really want a sticker and send me an email, Maria, I can probably mail you a sticker. I haven't gotten enough requests, I guess, yet to where I need to start being too crazy about it. And I know a lot of other channels charge for them, and maybe I'll have to someday too if I get like dozens and dozens of people wanting stickers. But no, just my email's right there at the top of the screen. If you want a sticker, just send me an email. Yeah, Sheldon, I saw that in CoinOp. I've been in this stream several times. I don't really bid very much, but I've been in there before. I was surprised that he hadn't seen my channel before, but that's cool. That was kind of fun. Sorry I'm not doing anything under the camera here. I'm just kind of catching up on chat. That's cool. Sheldon, how do you know you were going to send me a Benji? For those of you that don't know, he means Franklin $50. That's some of you guys call those Benjis. I mean, we have a Washington quarter under there. We don't call those Georgies, or these are all Lincoln cents. We don't call them Abes. I don't know why you guys are all on first name basis with Benjamin Franklin, but hey, that's cool. Have fun with it. Young coin hunter watching a live stream, you'll count as a new view. Okay. Just trying to catch up. Yeah, if you guys have questions for me that I've been missing, just make sure you tag me and I'll try to see it then, of course, too. But bitrate depends on internet's upload mostly. Okay. Yeah, like I said, Anthony, I got like a 5-year-old laptop, so I just know it's not the best for processing video and stuff. So someone that was helping me out recommended that I set that on the lower end of what I would see out there. So it seems to be okay. My internet speed's fine, though. I know that's on the higher end. yeah, like I said before, if you guys other have questions about your own coins or anything, or questions about any of my coins that I either have done videos on or that are on my website, my email address is right there at the top of the screen. Feel free to shoot me an email. I'll try to respond in a... Oh, that's cool. We got a 2017 Philadelphia. We usually don't see too many of those. I think I average maybe about one per box of 50 rolls, 2017 P. And I know there's really nothing special about that. They minted a ton of them. It's just, like I said, I don't really see very many of them out here on the West Coast. So I do save them, and that's one of the things I just keep track on my score sheet because I think it's fun to have more numbers and more things to keep track of. And if I keep doing this, maybe 10 years from now, it'll be fun to see how many more 2017 Ps I'm getting when they're 12-year-old coins instead of 2-year-old coins. So if we keep tracking of all of them, then it's fun. There's a really bad zinc scent. It's got like little volcanoes growing on it and stuff. That's just the way zinc starts getting bad. We won't save that, though. Who else just came in? Michael Hargis. Hello, greetings to y'all. Thanks for coming in. Abe Shorter, I like it. Yeah, let's just start calling them all Abes, and the Washington quarters we'll start calling Georgies, and Kennedys we'll start calling them Johns or Johnnies. Why not? John Campbell, long-term listener. Hope looking forward to receiving your package. John, I did get that out. Sorry about the delay on that. When I did that 1909 giveaway, you were one of the winners for that, so congratulations. And then I was caught a little off guard because I wasn't really ready for the international shipping on some of those, especially, I think it was yours, had quite a few more coins than you could just fit in like a little envelope. So I don't ship things overseas very much, so I had to like kind of look in to figure out the best way to do that. And then I got caught up doing some other stuff, and so that just went out this week. So you'll be getting it in another, I'd say within another week or so. So sorry about the delay on that, John. It was you and the one other person had a little bit of a delay on the international shippings, but apologize for that. But hope you can understand that and you'll be cool with that. Okay, that was 25 rolls. We're halfway through this box. This is roll number 26 for those of you keeping track and scoring at home. But yeah, John, congratulations again. I mean, we had, like I said, when you add up all the different videos of all the 25 channels, we had just over 10,000 comments that went in total. So for one of your comments to get selected as a finalist, that's just pretty crazy. And every one of the finalists was really lucky to do that. And it was fun to do for sure. How you doing, Bigfoot? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Colin, very cool. Good to see you. Do you agree with the way they mint out the W quarters out? With the way they distribute them? I mean, there's no perfect way to do it, Mary, but I do kind of like how they have something for collectors to look for that you can't just buy from the mint or that dealers just can't buy in quantity easily. There's no perfect way to do it. I mean, unless you included them. I mean, if you included one in every mint set, then dealers would just buy tons of them, and if you can't distribute them to every bank in the country. There's just no way to do that. So I think it's somewhat fair. Parker, did Cutie claim it? Absolutely, right away. I mean, I'd let you guys know if no one claimed the SVDV, that's for sure. I'm not getting away with that one, but that did get mailed out. Absolutely. But yeah, Mary, for the W quarters, I mean, it's kind of fun that it gives something people to look for and see if some people are going to be luckier than others by scoring the boxes that have a bunch of them in there, because it's not an even distribution. You can go through 5 boxes of quarters and find none, and then you'll find one box that has 100 of them. It's just the way they distribute, the way they mix them in. So yeah, there could be other ways to do it, but that's the way they chose to do it. And I think it's more fair than just making a real limited mintage and selling them online at a certain time, because you'll have, dealers hoarding them, and then you'll have all the home shopping networks charging collectors a ton for them. So I think it's pretty fair. Yeah, absolutely. She claimed both of her prizes. She had 2 prizes. Remember, she was one of the double winners. Cutie Cat got real lucky. Absolutely fine, just excited. Received something from Parker, blew mine, and knew it would take longer. Yeah, well, I knew it was going to take a little bit longer, and like I said, after that stream, I had not only had it was 26 prizes total, because remember, Lincoln Central donated a coin too. So it was 26 prizes. Plus I did, I don't know, I think it was 5 or maybe 7 in-stream giveaways, and then I gave a couple coins away before the stream started, and then after everybody had left, when there was only about like 20 people left in the room, like an hour later, I gave away another coin for all the people that were left. So I had about 35 packages to mail out. So, of course, I did the easy ones first and slowly made it through the list. And then, unfortunately, a couple of you guys that were overseas kind of got put off towards the end and just got those out. So, sorry about that, but hopefully you'll be excited when you get the coins, and again, congratulations for winning those. All right, hi Peter, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Next time, should just mail one to everybody. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could do that. Just maybe with the 2020 census forms, mail one to every household, right? Mail a W quarter to everybody. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard for sure what they're doing. Well, there's a 2009 Lincoln with the log cabin reverse. We'll save that, the 2009 bicentennial coins. I haven't heard exactly what they're doing next year, but I mean, I've heard some rumors that they're not going to do quarters with W's next year. It'll be some other denomination maybe. But whatever it is, I mean, it should be fun and something to look for. Michael sent John 80 euros, so I think he could change in for his paper money. Okay. John, it's absolutely astonishing amount of people entered. Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah, Potted Jam, I didn't know he was in the UK as well for sure, but I know like as soon as he won his prize, contacted me and told me not to mail it to him. So I do have that one still here. That's one of them that hasn't been claimed. Well, it's been claimed, but not mailed out because he's doing his own giveaway on his channel and wants to use that as the prize and then just have me ship that to the winner. And I agreed to do that. And so I guess I'm kind of in the middle of that giveaway, so which is fine. So that's one that hasn't gone out. So if you go to Potted Jam's channel, if the giveaway for that has not closed yet, then you still have a chance to win that. But Cutie Cat's on the live streams every weekend. Yeah, definitely. And I was really glad that, I mean, I was happy for everybody, even the people I didn't know, because all of us that were part of that giveaway made a lot of new friends, and that was kind of the fun of it, or part of the fun of it. But I was a little bit happier, I guess, that it went to someone that a lot of us knew and see it on the live streams than to just some random name that none of us had ever heard of. Because, you know, with a giveaway like that, remember that coin we gave away, the retail value is right about $1,000. I'm sure if you look at all the names that entered, there were probably some fake accounts that signed in. Probably some people entered more than once, even though they weren't supposed to. There's another Lincoln, that's the presidency one. Or not presidency, that's the which one is this? Professional life one, I believe. So we've got another 2009. So yeah, there were probably some people that cheated and that used some fake names and to try to have an extra chance, but it's hard to prove that and hard to police that. Like I said, when you have a total of 10,000 plus comments spread across 25 channels, but no, once we saw Cutie Cat's name get pulled there at the end, it was just, we had no doubt about that because we've all seen her in streams and she's an active participant and part of the community, so I think most of us that were part of the giveaway were happy to see that it was a familiar name. Let's see what else I'm missing. Anyone changed the 2021 quarter design yet? I don't know what they would be changing on it. I think they're still doing the America the Beautiful, unless that's when the America the Beautiful's quarters end. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the last year of it, Colin, and then they're going to change something after that. I don't know. I haven't seen what their planning is, though, but I'd like it. It would be nice if they just went back to a normal one for a little while, give everybody a little bit of a break from the 5 different quarters a year, but we'll see. All right, let's see what else we got. Hey, Richos is here. Very cool. Yeah, Richos, good to see you. Yeah, you were happy about that, too. Yeah, and that's the thing about the finalists. I mean, there were like probably, of the 25 finalists, there were probably, I don't know, 6, 8 of them that I had never heard of before. There's a different one that we found. That's the Lincoln sitting on the log reading the book. That's the formative years one. So again, that's a Denver mint 2009D. We always find Denver almost. So now we found at least one of each of the 4 bicentennial designs. But But no, I think it was real fun to see a lot of familiar names. And I mean, remember, a lot of the channels, I mean, we had Rob Finds Treasures channel. He had, what did he have in his? He had almost 2,000 comments alone just on his video. There's a 72, not the double die. So there were tons of names on Rob's that I had never heard of before. But on some of the other channels, people only had, maybe 200 comments, 300 comments on some of the lesser-known channels that were part of that, or channels that had lower number of subscribers. So most of those people on those channels are people that we kind of know that really took part of the giveaway and went to all the channels and made friends with everybody and tried to get entries in all 25 of them. I don't know how many people did it, but I'm sure there were several that entered on all 25 of them. But I wouldn't say it's very many. I'm sure most of you guys that entered in that giveaway didn't enter in all 25. You probably missed a channel here or there, and some of it probably wasn't your own fault. Some of it you probably couldn't figure out how to enter the right way, or some of them you couldn't even figure out which one was the right comment video, and some people didn't post their comment video until a day or two before it was over, and some people ended theirs several days before they should have. So it wasn't easy. We didn't make it easy for you, and like I said, I pretty much told all the channels, kind of do it however you want to do it, and with some guidelines, of course, and I thought it was fun, and I think most people agree. Then again, if you go to that live stream we did of it, I think I had like 20 or 22 dislikes, so those are probably just people that lost and were upset about it. I'm sure they didn't really just hate the giveaway. I would hope not, but that's cool. I'll live. Parker, I came home from school one of these and 79 comments. Yeah, my email was going crazy, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were too, because I get emails every time I get a subscriber. Well, at least if they have their subscribers public, and then I get emails every time there's a comment, and I almost had to shut all that down, but I knew it was just going to be for a couple days, so I left it all going, and it was kind of fun. But yeah, I spent quite a bit of time just deleting emails in my inbox, all from YouTube. Sheldon got a sticker to David in the mail. I don't have a Sheldon sticker yet, but maybe someday Sheldon will send me a sticker. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I thought we were bros, Sheldon. That's what you keep telling me. Anyway. I'm just teasing you. I'm sure I can get one someday, or maybe I'll do a sticker trade with you, or that'll be fun. Normally with like 10 comments after school. Yeah, anytime I post one of my like short coin videos where I got a new coin and I just do like the 45-second video showing it off, it's fun because then you get to see, and it's a lot of the same people always. You get 10, 20 comments right away, so it's kind of fun to be able to get those emails. Just I like getting the email just so I can make sure to respond to people, or because sometimes I might not know that I'm getting those comments if I'm not getting that. Michael Kittle, do you see yourself having paid member subscribers? No, I don't like that very much, Michael. I think once my channel gets monetized, which probably will take another couple months, I'll have the super chat here, so if you wanted to help me out or thank me in a monetary or financial way, you could do it that way, even though YouTube takes a big cut. Right now, I have in my description and my emails at the top of the screen. That's also my PayPal address. So if any of you out there just want to send me some money and tell me, hey, this is for supporting the channel, use this for giveaways, or use this to give red books to kids, or whatever you want, you're all free to do that right now. I don't need to have memberships and stuff like that, even though I know it's a way a lot of channels, mostly the bigger channels that are invited to do that, it's a way that they make money and can support their channels and what they're doing. But I don't know. If I ever did something like that, there's a 71S. We'll save that with all the S mint sets. If I ever did something like that, I would probably wouldn't do it to where pay me $1 a month or $3 a month to just be a member of my channel and stuff like that. I would probably do it something like, you know what, everybody, give me $10 a month or give me $25 a month, and I would then probably try to send you something every month. Like anytime I get a good deal, I would try to send you somewhere around that much worth of coins every month. But I don't even know if I want to get involved in that. Because then I'm just taking your money and then forcing coins upon you that I think you should be buying. But if you want to buy coins from me, just let me know and say, hey, I got $50 to spend. What can you send me? And I'll say, well, what kind of stuff do you like? And I don't know. But I mean, it seems like a lot of people have fun with it, especially in some of the live streams, because then if you're a member, you get to use different emojis and you get to do different stuff. But then when you get to the higher level of benefits, I mean, it's like that some of the channels do. It's like I just don't know what you're getting. I mean, I know some of the guys, like I know they'll have like the Patreon set up and they're trying to raise money. But if it's just trying to raise money, hey, just to support me and my channel, I don't know. I don't know if I need to, if I like that as much or need that. But if they say they have a goal like, oh, I'm trying to raise money because I use this money for giveaways, or I'm trying to raise this much money a month because I want to be able to build this website that's going to educate people, and I need this much money to get it started. Or if there's some kind of goal that I think we can get behind, then that's one thing, and I'd be supportive of that on some channels. But if it's just, hey, become a member just to give me some extra money, I'm less into that. But some people, I mean, I've been members of some channels too, so I won't say that I've never done it, but I just don't think that's something I would do. Sent me out a sticker 2 or 3 days ago, Sheldon. All right, cool. Might even be in my post office box right now because I didn't check it yesterday. Appreciate it. Very cool. So that means I got to send you a sticker now. Otherwise, you're going to start saying, where's my sticker? Very, very good. What else am I missing in the comments here? Glad to hear you're not a big fan of paid members. It rubs me the wrong way, too. Michael Hargan, you know what? It rubs me a little bit the wrong way, but you know what? I'm not 100% against it either. Maybe I'm misstating, or maybe I'm just telling you all the bad first. But at the end of the day, too, Michael, it's completely voluntary. Nobody's required to be a member of the... Well, I don't know all the streams you might be talking about and all the channels you might be talking about. But the couple channels that I see and participate in and follow that have paid memberships, you're not required to be a paid member for just about anything. I mean, if you still want to participate in the stream and participate in the giveaways and not pay them the few bucks a month or $10, or some of them even charge like $20 a month for some of the membership levels or more, it doesn't seem to give you that much extra other than being able to use some extra emojis in the chat, and maybe there's some other perks that I don't know about because I'm not one of those high-paying members, but it seems like most of the giveaways a lot of the channels do are still free for everybody, and that I think is fine. But if they start having paid memberships where only the paid members can get into certain things, and then I'm a little bit more, that's not my style, if that makes sense, Michael. But then again, it's, but Maria, I mean, paying for the emojis, sometimes it's fun too, and I can understand if someone wants to spend an extra couple bucks a month to do that. Hey, that's fun. That's their money. I don't have a problem with that. More power to them. So, but I can understand it's not for everybody either. So yeah, if I ever did something like that or was invited to participate, I wouldn't it would be totally voluntary, and that's basically all you'd get for it is, yeah, you might get to play with some extra emojis, but there'd be no exclusive things for members, because remember, I mean, all of you guys have been supporting me this far and helping me grow to where it is. I don't want to start excluding anybody just because I know not everybody can, even if it's $1 a month, not everybody can do that, especially if every channel you follow all of a sudden starts charging $1 a month even, you'd go broke just watching YouTube. Most of us would, so you can't do it. You'd have to then pick and choose who you support. So I'd rather have it to be completely voluntary and, just kind of something on the side, which means I don't get very many donations from people. So, even during that 1909 SVDB giveaway, I know if I would have had Super Chat enabled, I would have had several people send in Super Chats just so they can get their name up there, and I'd read their comments and things like that and kind of give their channel shout-outs, and probably would have made some money, but I don't have that enabled, so I didn't get that money, even though all those same people could have sent me a PayPal donation if they really wanted to donate me money, but they didn't. So what that tells me, and what I know just from experience and seeing a lot of other streams, it's a lot of that is people aren't doing the super chat for the person or to support the person. They're doing the super chat mostly, I mean, I wouldn't say every person, but a lot of it is just for themselves, just so they can get their name up there and show everybody they've donated $5 or they've donated $10, and to get their comment read or to get a shout out from that person. So, I mean, if you were really wanting to donate the money just to the person, you should never do super chat, because YouTube takes 30%. If you want that money to go to the person you're supporting, you should send a check in the mail where there's no fees, or you should do it by PayPal where it's only a 3% charge and then they get the money right away. When you send people super chat, YouTube takes a little over 30% and they don't get the money right away. There's a delay in the people getting the money. So it's less about the person wanting to support the streamer, in my opinion, when it's super chat. There's a 68S we'll save. I'm missing a bunch of comments here. Hold on, let's see here. Sheldon, where's my sticker? Parker says. Sheldon, you better give Parker a sticker. Young Coiner says Rob does some live streams for members only and some videos. I was a member of Rob's channel. I'd pay, just because I think it's fun to use the emoji sometimes, and I'm a mod over there, so I wanted to support him, and I like having the Lincoln sent next to my name, at least for the first month. So I gave him the, $3 for the month to have some fun with it. But maybe I just missed it, but I didn't see any members-only streams or videos. But if he does a couple of those every now and then, that's fine. But what Rob does in his videos, which I like, is what do you call it? Yeah, you could have all the members and they can have fun with the emojis, but all the giveaways he does, at least all of them that I've seen, you don't have to be a member. You don't have to pay to play is basically what it is. He keeps it open for everybody, and I think that's fun, and I think that's fair. You guys say Rob's super chat goes nuts and he makes like 500. Yeah, a lot of people do that. And remember, a lot of people, and I've done super chats in there, and honestly, I'll be the first to tell you, I didn't do it just because I wanted to give Rob money. I did it because I wanted my comment to show up in a nice, colorful box for everyone in that stream to read, and for Rob to read it out loud. So I basically was paying for a quick shout-out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I don't think anybody has a problem with that. We got a wheat cent here, finally, again. This one's a little more worn down. I'm going to peek at the date here. I don't know if you guys want to guess the date. I just cheated and looked, but if you can guess it, I'll show it when I'm done with this roll. And I'll read some more comments while I'm looking. You got emojis already on your computer, just about the same one? Yeah, but sometimes they do some special ones. So, for example, Maria, I don't mean to single out Rod's stream, but since people brought it up, he's got one. So, like, if people find, like, a Franklin half, he's got the Franklin half emojis, and he's got some different emojis that are specific to his channel that are fun, and I see a lot of people have fun with it, so that's cool. But, not everybody, thinks that that's worth it, so not everybody has to do it, but a lot of people do. And I don't fault them for that. It's their money. Don't recall Parker asking for a sticker? Yeah, well, he just did, Sheldon. So you're on the clock now. He'll be asking about that mail now every few days. I guarantee it. Didn't even know he had stickers till last night. One on Rob's took me a year, but so excited. Yeah, keep trying, and you'll get. That's the thing on Rob's. He gets like 600, 700, 800 comments on his comment videos in a stream. So the chances of winning, it's not. You still have a chance, but you definitely have better chances in smaller streams for sure. But Rob gives away some good stuff too, and he gives away probably 10 things a week at least, more than 10 items a week. So if you keep trying, you should eventually get something. There's a 68. I can't tell if that's a D or an S. Let me take a look. While you guys are still guessing on that wheat cent. Yeah, it was a 68D. All right, what else we got here? Love to watch. Taught a lot about coins. Yeah, absolutely. So many people, it's hard to even say anything. Yeah, and it's tough to keep up sometimes in the busier streams. There's another Lincoln Professional Life 2009D. We'll save that and add it to our count. All right, this wheat cent we found, for those of you that played the game and guessed, there you go. It was a 45, and I'm pretty sure it's an S. I can't see under the microscope there from there. Yeah, it's a 45S. I'll put that back under there. So very good. Almost had it, Young Coin Hunter. I agree with you regarding the paid memberships, occasional super chat if I can afford to buy sport. Yeah, my point, I'm not trying to tell you people not to do super chats and keep having fun with it, but remember, if your whole goal is to support the streamer and to get them money, you should not do super chat. You should send them direct payment by PayPal. PayPal gift would be great if they allow that, because then there's no fees. Drop them a check in the mail because there's no fee for that, or just send them a regular PayPal payment because that PayPal charges 3%. But if you're trying to support a streamer that you like, sending them super chat, remember, PayPal or YouTube takes over 30% actually, and they don't get paid that same day. It sometimes takes a month or so for the people to get paid by super chat. So it's not the best way to support your streamers. But a lot of people do like to do super chat because, like I said, it's not all about supporting the streamer for everybody. It's about showing everybody else that you're donating. Because if I donate $25 to my favorite streamer and just send them PayPal, none of y'all are ever going to see that unless the streamer actually says, hey, look, so-and-so just sent me. But if I do a PayPal or a Super Chat, it's all going to pop up on your screens. It's going to be stuck there for 10 minutes or whatever it is. And so a lot of people like that recognition in the stream. And not only that, then the host of the stream usually does a shout-out right away. So a lot of people like that. So that's why I think a lot of people do Super Chats, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And again, I think once I get Super Chat, I'll enable that too, and if there'll be never any requirement for anyone to ever do that. But I do say that, again, that if your whole point is just to support me and my stream, please don't do that. Just send me a PayPal, please. Or buy coins from me or some other way. But if you just want to have some fun and get your name in the colorful... Yep, 73S, we'll save that. Right next to that. I thought that was a 74S, but it's a 74D. Had a great time being here. Thanks again for coming in to Our Dream. Appreciate it. Everybody make sure you check out that channel too. Check out everybody's channel. Make sure you're supporting everybody here. A lot of good people here. Got about 30 people watching, which is great. Ricky Jones, thanks for coming in. Looks like I still got quite a bit of delay on the guests and the dates, huh? Sorry about that. Make sure you guys are watching live. I know the delay builds up a little bit. Wish I've had more luck than I deserve from Rob's streams. Won 4 times. Wow, that's crazy. I've never won in Rob's stream. Not that I can think of. I don't think so. When I first started watching Rob's streams, I kept trying to win one of those coin hunting mats, and I gave up and finally just did a trade with him where I got a few that way because I just knew it might take forever to actually win one of them. And I was right because I still haven't won. But I still try. Got to keep trying. I mean, you're guaranteed not to win at all if you don't enter. And like I said, I mean, people complain about not winning every now and then, but the more stream, that's why I say make friends with everybody in here, because a lot of the people in here do giveaways, and the more giveaways you enter, the more chances you have. Like right now, I haven't done a mail call for probably a month and a half. Just so you guys know, that was roll 35. Now we're on roll 36, so we're getting towards the end here. But, yeah, the more, I mean, just follow everybody's streams here, and a lot of people do giveaways, and the more you enter, the more you'll win. Like I said, I haven't done a mail call in well over a month. I've probably got somewhere between 30 and 40 packages that have piled up waiting to do mail calls, and a lot of those are me winning stuff in other people's streams. Not all of them, but I'd say at least half of them are me winning things that a lot of stuff I don't need, and I kind of feel guilty winning sometimes when it's like, oh yeah, here's a little, coin. But I do like to win, and if I do win, I take whatever they're giving away, even if it's something I don't need, because then it gives me an opportunity to do a nice shout out for them when I get around to doing a mail call. So there's a 73S we just found, and right next to it was a 72S, so there's a couple more S mint marks. Hi, Ralph's Trucking, thanks for coming in. Everybody make sure you guys are supporting Ralph's Trucking too. He does a lot of cool live streams and helps a lot of channels out, so you want to be following him. And right next to that pretty much was another 72S, so there's 3 S mints in one roll, so that's pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of you guys not on the West Coast are probably loving all those S mints that we're getting here, because I know just from experience you don't get a lot. At least I didn't get a lot when I was living in the Midwest. I don't know, maybe that's changed. Maybe they've circulated around a bit more, but I don't remember ever as a kid looking through them when I lived in Illinois finding 3 in one roll, that's for sure. And nothing else exciting in that roll. Parker's doing a giveaway right now, exactly. So make sure you go to Parker's channel and check him out. You'll have a chance there. And especially, like I said, those of you that say you don't get lucky in the real big streams, Parker's giveaway probably won't have 800 people entering. So I don't know how many people will enter, but you'll probably have a better shot there. Love to get home with the Rob Finds Treasure mats. Shipping to the UK is $30 alone. Wow, yeah. And that's the problem. I mean, even the one that we had in the 25 channel giveaway, it's like, just to send one of those, it's like, and that's why Rob, when he charges $25, when That includes the shipping. I mean, it's a good deal just because the shipping of that. It doesn't really fit in a small package too easily. And but yeah, that's a shame. I mean, now, John, something for that though is, I mean, I have a couple extras because, like I said, I did a trade with Rob and took some extra mats of his just so I could use them in giveaways someday. And I haven't used those just because I know now that I see the size of them and how they are, they're a real pain in the neck to ship. But I do have an extra of the Lincoln Cent Roll searching mat and an extra of the nickel mat. John, if that's something you ever really want and you want to get it maybe through me because I got a couple extras, I'd consider selling them. But it probably would only make sense if you were buying other stuff from me too. Like if we put a good box together, like say you needed a couple silver quarters or a couple silver halves, or you wanted to buy, $100 or $200 worth of just random stuff. We could fill up a box of stuff and then throw in a couple mats too. Then it might make sense. Like if you bought a bunch of stuff, or if you went straight to Rob. But Rob usually doesn't sell other stuff, so it might be harder to do that. But so if it's ever something you really want like that, then maybe that's something you can work out, John. Found another Canadian here. This one's a 1995, so that makes 2 in the box so far. The other one, for those of you that missed it, was a 83. So we got 2 Canadian cents now. Keep trying. Rob's commented every week for a year before you want one. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, you just got to keep trying. But it's possible you could comment every week for a year or 2 years or 3 years and not win. It's just a lot of it's luck. So, what else did I miss there? I saw somebody saying they were feeling like searching some stuff there. I missed that. Now I can't see it again. Oh well. How's Rich doing? Haven't heard anything. I emailed him a few days ago, and he seemed like he was doing okay. Just, I don't know. I think doing a lot of those late night streams probably isn't too good for him. Probably not too good for anybody. Because it'd be one thing if he just were bored one night and got on a stream for an hour or two, but he goes 10 hours straight on those streams all night. So I don't think that's good for anybody. So I don't know. I'll probably send him another email this weekend if I don't see him around, just to make sure he's doing okay. But last I heard, he was doing okay. Oh, there we go. It was Bigfoot that said that. It was Kittle's giving me that search some rolls feeling. Yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling this morning. I had these boxes sitting here for a little while and hadn't, like I said, I haven't done a live stream since we did that 25 channel SVDB giveaway. So it's like, I felt like, well, I don't know. I kind of want to go through those. So I'm like, well, let's just do a live stream. Let's go for it. So here we are. Hi, Moosox. How you doing? Speaking of the 25 channel giveaway, there's our one of our double winners right there. Lucky guy. Yeah, what else we got? The moose is in the house, absolutely. And remember, I'm just going through these, and we got we got 13 rolls left now. The last 2 are wheat cent ender rolls, so we know we're getting at least 2 more wheat cents out of this box. So not too bad, not too great either. We could use a few more, I think. There's a 60D. Not too crazy. It's not in great shape. And every time I stop, like what I'm doing right now, I'm just turning to look at chat to make sure I'm not falling too far behind, and want to make sure I see your comments or questions. But remember, if you see me and not answering you or something you want me to definitely see, just make sure you tag me. You put the @ symbol in and then put my name. I don't know if you can do that on a phone, though. I never was able to do it on the phone, but you can do it if you're on a computer for sure. Nothing in this roll that's exciting me right now. Just a bunch of common stuff. I mean, there's several copper coins that I'll sort out later. Like I said, I do save the copper. I'll sort those out. There's a 71D. I thought it was an S, but it's not. And a 74D. The picker liked me that week. Well, yeah, on 2 of the channels, it definitely liked you. I forgot which 2 finalists you were. I think it might have been SoCal Box Breaks, and I don't remember the other one you were the finalist of, but you definitely had a good week that week. Parker's giving away some of his wins there. That's really nice, John. He doesn't need to be doing that, but very generous. can't say I've never done that before. I've done that a couple times when I've won way too many things, especially if I've, like, some of the channels like Richo's that was in here. I don't know if Richo's is still in here, but sometimes you just get real lucky with the number guessing and you win multiple things in a row and start feeling guilty and say, oh, make sure you give that to so-and-so. So it happens. I can understand that, and it's fun. But like I said, if it's just one thing that I win on a channel, even if it's something that I feel a little guilty about taking because I know there's other people there in the room that probably want or need the coin way more than I do, I don't give it up. I take it, and I take that win, and the reason I do that is not because I'm greedy and I want the coins. The reason I take it is because then when I do my next shout-out video, I can feature that channel and thank them and put a link to their channel and try to help that channel out some. So, and then I'll probably use that coin later in a giveaway of my own someday. So I was just double-checking. There was a 1984 filly. I was just checking to see if it had the doubled ear, and of course it doesn't. Usually they don't have the variety. That's why the varieties go for premiums, because you'll look at 100 coins and 99 of them won't be the variety, or you'll look at 1,000 coins and 999 of them won't be the variety, but we keep looking because that one is worth it when we do find it. There's a 1970D to end that one. You can tag on a phone, Christopher W. says, and he just did it, it looks like. I just guess I haven't figured it out, or maybe I just don't see it on my phone. It doesn't highlight it for me on the phone, but maybe if I actually type it out like that, it highlights it for people on computers, and I just never thought about that, but that's fine. Rick Cheese was the other one. That's great. Yep. Yeah, that was pretty fun. And congrats again, Moose Sox, and thanks again for doing, I saw you did when you got the prizes there, did the video there, so that was cool. It's $30 just for shipping, plus $30 for the mat, so it costs $60 to get. John Gamble, I guess, yeah, but like I said, if we could get a box of stuff together, I don't know what other stuff you might want from the U.S., but even if it was just you buying junk silver, like, for example, I got a bunch of, like, silver barber quarters that you can basically get for not much premium over to silver value. I got more of, like, these here. I'll get this wheat sent out of the way. Proof silver quarters, if you really want, like, proof silver, but, I mean, especially if you like to stack up a little bit of silver, but so if you bought, like, and I'm not saying just do it for me. I'm saying do it for me because I actually have some extra mats around that. Maybe you could make something like that work. So if you just wanted like $100 or $200 worth of silver for yourself, even if you wanted silver eagles or just something really common that we could get here, we could put a box of stuff together, and then the $30 of shipping's not that big of a deal. If you're getting, a couple $100 worth of stuff all together, and then you throw a mat in there, So I wouldn't rule it out completely. I'd say it's still possible if you do something like that. But yeah, I understand if you just go right to Rob and say, yeah, I want a mat, and then if you got to pay basically $50 or so or $60 to get the mat, then that's probably not what you want to do. But there's another Lincoln 2009. That's the Professional Life. All right, what else we got here? Appreciate that offer. Something to definitely consider. Yeah, well, I mean, John, if you really wanted to pay me, I'd just sell you just a mat and then ship it. But then, like I said, like you said, it'd probably cost you like $50 or so to get the mat. That's not what you want to do. I'm just saying, if you're ever in a position where you just feel yourself, you say, oh, I need a Morgan dollar, I need a Peace dollar, I need a Silver Eagle, and I want some, Kennedy halves and maybe some Franklin halves, or you just want to put together a little bit of U.S. coinage. There's a 72. Let me see if this is. It's not the main double die. I just want to see if it's one of the minor double dies that's still halfway decent. I don't think it is. It's not. But no, just something to keep in consider to where you don't have to say you're never getting one of them mats, because there's ways to do that. Or if there's some other channel that you want to buy something from sometime, tell them, hey, save all that stuff for me and go to Rob and buy one of them mats and have it shipped to you, because Rob includes shipping for those of us in the U.S., and maybe they can add it to one of their packages to you. Who knows? So there's ways. I'm sure there's a way to work it out. Just have to, once you ship something, it's not the weight either, because they don't weigh very much. It's just the size and there might be a way to get it to you cheaper, John, but then you'd probably have to fold that mat up, and I just don't know how that would work with the shipping. Like if you actually tried to fold it up and put it in a smaller package. I just don't know. I wouldn't want to ruin the mat and then especially have you pay whatever the cheaper rate of shipping is, like maybe 10 or 15 bucks, and then yeah. No, John, definitely. That's a lot of watch time for YouTube, and definitely I see you in a lot of streams and you support a lot of people. That's awesome. And that just reminds me, I got to be careful if I ever do a giveaway and I say, well, let me give away one of Rob's mats, because like I said, I got like 3 or 4 extras laying around that I did because I got from a trade, or I got 3 extras right now because I did a trade with Rob for a few of them. I better be careful and decide whether or not that includes people from what do you call it, outside of the U.S. Because yeah, it's just even inside the U.S. they're difficult to ship just because of the size. All right, what else we got here? I do got another wheat scent here. If anybody wants to guess the date of this one, I already peeked. But if anybody wants to guess the date of that wheat scent, you can go ahead and guess for fun. Come on, Indian scents. Yeah, good luck with that. Got my mat in a tube. Yeah, when you do one mat, you get it in a tube. But usually, I think even when you ship a small tube like that, it's still it's more than just the regular first class rate. I know that it's usually about $5 or so to send one. But with those like shipping tubes like that, Mary, they wouldn't, at least unless you get a really good one, they're not really good for shipping overseas. I'd want to ship something like that in a box. When I got 4 of the mats, I think I did 4 mats at once from Rob. Just did them in a medium flat rate box because that keeps them all nice and safe. All right, just got home from work. Thanks for coming in, McGreedy. Good to see you. Everybody's guessing what date that wheat scent is we just found under the scope, just for fun. There's a 63D, so we're getting some other old ones in here too. I guess so far this has been an okay box. Not my best ever, but got a lot of S-Mint coins. This whole pile here is all S-Mints. This pile there's the 2009s, couple Canadians, and then looks like what 4 or 5 wheat cents, something like that. Here's another wheat cent. So that's the first one you guys are guessing there. How many people have your Indian cent posters? Not that many, Young Coin Hunter, because those aren't cheap to ship either. Those cost me about $5 to ship each one of those. But that one there was a 58D. So anybody guess 58D just for fun? Looks like no, we had a 57D from Young Coin Hunter. So that was close. If I get that under the scope, I got the wrong window open. Yep, that's a 58D. And then right away we got another wheat cent in this roll. So if you guys want to have another guess on that one, good luck. I probably should give away some more of those Indian cent posters, Young Coin Hunter, because I got a lot of them. It's just like I said, they're not easy to ship, and it's almost like when I do ship them, I'd want to send someone a few of them, and then they could reuse that shipping tube to mail out to somebody that they know, or they could give them to friends. But they're just it's a difficult item to ship. It's like if I give away this, like this here, like I said, we're giving away this 1962 proof quarter at the end of the stream. That's easy to ship. I can just put that in an envelope, really, and cost me just 1 stamp to mail that. That's easy. So that's why I kind of choose things like that for the giveaways over other stuff if I can. Got a guessing a 49, 56D, 56, 52, 57D. Got a lot of guesses there. Whenever I do these guesses, I almost always just guess 44 or 45 just because those are the 2 highest mintages and got a better odds there. Or 58's a good guess too because a lot of them are 58s. But Young Coin Hunter does have one of the Lincoln or Indian cent posters I made. Nope. Part 1. All right, let's see what date this one was. And I got to look under the scope because I don't remember either. It was a 56D. Looks like John Gamble hit it right on the head. Perfect. Nice guess. And we're down to 9 rolls left to go. Morgans are raining. Part 1 is about to come out. Best box ever. Oh, cool. Gotta go edit it. Yeah, everybody make sure you guys are subscribed up to Morgans Are Raining. So it looks like there'll be a cool video coming out there on that. Did a trade with Rick G. Cost me just under £10 to send to the U.S. And then it was tracked. Yeah, I've done several of those trades, and if you're not friends with him, you guys should check him out. Gold Washing and Pay Dirt. It's Christian. He's from Germany. He does a lot of silver trades where he'll come up with a bunch of German and Austrian and European silver coins, and he wants to trade for U.S. silver coins. And he keeps his trades to where the coins weigh under 4 ounces total usually, so then it's usually cheaper to send. And if it's just a few coins, like I think one of the trades I did with him was... let me think about it. I think it was just where I had to send him a few $half and then a couple quarters. So it's maybe like two or $2.50 face value. I can just put those in an envelope, kind of smash them between 2 pieces of cardboard so it's still a thin envelope. And I think I was able to ship it to him for like $4 or $5. So if you keep it under that weight. So there's ways to do shipping back and forth internationally without spending tons of money, but it's not easy, especially once you start doing larger and heavier items. Oh, 10 years off on that one, yeah. Here's a 1970S, and it's bent, so that's kind of a weird one. The S is a little more worn off because the coin's bent, so the wear is a little uneven on it, but I'll save it because it's an S mint mark. Yeah, that's the thing about just going overseas. But you know what? If it's enough stuff, or if it's a giveaway, and it's just, I don't want to tell people they can't win or they can't participate just because of where they live. I mean, like I said, while we're here on YouTube, we're all in the same chat room here together, and we're all having fun together, so I'm not going to let $10-12 keep someone from having fun and participating, especially when they support me. So put that wheat cent away, and there's just a really bad 1989 I'll put under the scope just for fun, just to show you how bad the copper-plated zinc cents can get. The environment does a number on them. And that rounds out that roll. Something else I just picked up at one of my banks was, I don't remember how many rolls it was, but I think it was, I want to say about 25 customer wrapped rolls of Lincoln cents. So I know I got to open those up sometime soon too, just because I've been wanting to take a look and see what's in those, and wasn't really sure. Jeep and John's not allowed to join? Is that what you just said? Or only Jeep and John's allowed to win? Okay. Good to see you, John. How's the hunt? Yeah, we're finding some stuff here and there. Some absolute garbage, like what's under the microscope right now. And got a handful of wheat cents. The last 2 rolls I'm saving are wheat cent ender rolls, so we're saving those for the end. How do you get in on that quarter giveaway? Yeah, at the end of the stream, got a 1962 proof quarter I'll give away to somebody here. You'll have to be here to win that. Just when we get done with the rolls, I don't know, I haven't decided yet how to give it away, Mike. I'll come up with something. Something fair. I'll probably just have everybody type something in, and we'll either guess a number, or I got my fancy Dungeons and Dragons dice. I might just roll a number and pick some way like that, or we'll come up with something that, I don't know if it's something that everybody will think is fair, but something that I'll think is fair and that I'll be happy with. I think this is a 74S, but sometimes I have trouble telling the S from the D, but I'm still having trouble. That one's kind of smashed up. But that's a 74S. We'll save that. Only John Gamble can win Jeeping John prices. Okay. Exactly. Just went to a coin show today. Oh, that's fun. Get anything good at the coin show? Hopefully. I don't know. Even if I don't get anything good at the shows, I still have fun going to them. Actually, I got a couple here. I was planning on doing some videos later, some coins. I'll show them off here. We'll do a little intermission here to make all you guys waiting to win that quarter just take a little bit longer, but we'll do a little bit of show and tell. Here's one that I bought at a coin show not too long ago. It's a 58D Franklin half PCGS MS67. Again, I said Franklin half, but some of you guys might call these Benjis, or that's how you know them, but it's a Franklin half. And it's got really nice, colorful toning. It might be a little hard to see just because the lighting that I use isn't the best, but if I get it under the light, you'll be able to see the color. Maybe I'll put it under the microscope and you'll be able to see it better. Yeah, look at the color on this thing. It's got some green. It's got like the whole rainbow in there. And the video I'll do of it will show the color a lot better, I'm sure, just because of the different camera that I use and the lighting setup, but this thing's pretty. So I got that one, so I'll be doing a video on this coin soon. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, that one's just amazing. So we got that one at a coin show. And then we got this Morgan dollar recently at a coin show. 63 star NGC with some really pretty toning. Don't mind that price tag there. That's has nothing to do with anything, of course. Now, I got this from another dealer at the show and bought a few coins from him and sold him a few, but see if the color shows up better under the microscope on this. Yeah, look at that. Got some rainbow color on it. Fun stuff. And then I got one more I'll show you that I picked up at the last coin show, actually. I picked it up from Anax. I got this. Michael Kittle Rare Coins. And this is a U.S. Philippines 1944 1 centavo piece. And U.S. Philippines is often abbreviated as U.S. PHIL. So we came up with a little clever, let us fill your collection. Like U.S. Philippines. How about that? That's fun. So I had a few of these made up by Anax just for fun. They came out pretty nice. Got a nice uncirculated 1944 S Philippine centavo. And those of you that aren't familiar with the Philippines, that's U.S. Philippines, because from 1903 to 1945, the money of the Philippines said, we'll show it right here under the microscope, United States of America right on it, because they were a territory of the United States. And this is a 44S minted in San Francisco. So the U.S. Philippines coins are in the back of the Red Book, and a lot of people do collect them along with American coins. Alright, so now I missed a bunch of things in chat, so it'll take a little bit longer to look through these rolls. What else do we got? 2 ancient Celtic rings John got. Cool. Money rings, I'm sorry. Sorry, I know it's impolite to spam the same thing, but what are those coins in the top center? The top center. So these are, I'll just go through everything so you can see real quick. This pile right here, and make sure I'm on the right screen. This pile right here are all my San Francisco minted coins from 1968 through 74, the S-Mint coins. These ones here are the 2009 bicentennial Lincolns, where they had the 4 different reverses in 2009. There's 2 at the very top that are slightly misaligned dies. This pile over here is the wheat cents that we found. I got 2 Canadian coins that we found. And then there's just some other random ones in here that I pulled aside. One has a little bit of toning. This one just looks like it's been through a garbage disposal and is all torn up. So just kind of set aside anything that's somewhat interesting. So, and then over here we got one that's a 1959. I saved the first year memorial cents too. All right, so now I'm just going through. And no, that's fine, Dakotas. I mean, if you have questions, if you asked it a couple times, sometimes it takes me a couple times to be able to answer it. Moosox asked if the U.S. government actually saved money to switching to the zinc cents. Yeah, I think they did. I mean, because it's cheaper for one, and I think most of them last a while, but it's just whenever they get a little bit banged up and then they're out in the environment really tears them up. But most coins aren't outside exposed to the elements or in, flood damage or things like that. Most zinc coins, even if they do get burst through the outer copper layer, are still going to be okay for years and years. So I think they saved quite a bit of money. Guy said, nice toning, nice Franklin half. Should you buy a 43 Merc MS65 for $15? Dakota, if you like the coin, probably it's fine. You can probably get one a little bit cheaper if you're not picky about how it looks, but you can't get a slab Merc and MS65 for too much less than $15. I mean, what does the MS63 star mean? The star, just so you know, from NGC, just to show it again so all you can see it. MS63 is the grade, same, they graded on the 70-point scale. The star they put on coins that have extraordinary eye appeal. So it just tells everybody this one has beautiful toning. Because sometimes, I mean, which of course a lot of you can see because you're looking at it right now, but if I just had this in a price list or if I had a really bad photo, you at least know NGC thought it was special and put a star on it. So that helps people buy it, and some people pay a little bit extra for that. It's not exactly like a plus grade, it means something different. And that's on tone coins, it means extraordinary eye appeal. On proof coins, it means something different. It means almost cameo or almost deep cameo. Not a great price. Yeah, like I said, if you like the coin, I think it's a fine price. All right, so now I can go back to looking at it. I think I got most people there. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure I'm paying attention to the chat and following along. But we'll keep going through these rolls because we're getting towards the end. And I know some of you have stuck with me the whole time because you want the chance to win this 1962 proof quarter, and I can understand that. I like to, like I said, I mean, every time I do a live stream, I like to do some sort of a giveaway, even if it's something just like a proof quarter, or nothing. I mean, or even if it's just a few wheat cents or something even small like that, just to kind of thank you all for coming in, and you know, because I do appreciate the time you spend here, even if I know you guys are all having lots of fun chatting with each other and meeting new people, and maybe we'll find some fun stuff here too. But just want to show my appreciation and give a little back. So I like to do that, and I also like to, when a lot of you, not everybody does it because not everybody does videos, but a lot of you, when you win stuff, then you do a nice little video showing off what we sent, and maybe we'll all meet some new friends that way too. So I love it. Just found a 2000 Philadelphia offset planchet strike. That's cool. So is it offset on both sides, Christopher? So it's a real off-center, or is it a misaligned die where it's offset just on one side? Either way, it's kind of cool to find stuff like that. Zinc's much less to produce, but rot away with time. Copper lasts many. Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely. I think they had to switch to the copper-plated zinc just because, I mean, and maybe if they're not saving that much money, I think they are saving some, because the zinc sense last. I mean, we're still fine. Like right here is an 85. It's working fine. This is over 30 years old. I mean, there's an 83. I mean, they still last quite a bit. And here's the Lincoln Presidency 2009D, so we'll save that and add that to our account later. But even if they weren't saving tons of money, they just pretty much had to do it that way just for PR purposes, because when everybody can look up the price of copper, and when the price of copper alone was more than 1 cent, it just wasn't a good look to be, doing that. They had to get it to where the cost of, at least the material cost of making a cent was less than a cent. Even if the whole labor and everything added to it still ends up making them lose money. But I don't have a problem with the U.S. still making sense, even if they lose money. Because think about everything else the federal government does. They lose tons of money. What did we just hear in the news? We're like $1 trillion deficit. The U.S. Mint doesn't need to run a profit. Nothing else in the government runs a profit. So, and actually, if you take everything all together, the U.S. Mint actually does make quite a bit of. Literally, they make money, but they actually make a profit. When you think about what does it cost to make $1 coin, like less than 10 cents? I mean, so if you add everything up, they make a huge profit for the government. Every single product they issue doesn't need to be profitable. That's my opinion on it. Especially when you look at, like I said, everything else the federal government wastes money on. So what if we lose a few million or a few hundred million or tens? I don't even know what the total they lose on making Lincoln cents is, but whatever. We need money. And I don't want it to go like Canada or other countries where everybody rounds to the nearest 5 cents. That's because I say that as a coin collector and because I want my extra couple cents. I don't want people rounding. Alright, what else did I miss there in the chat? Anybody do role-playing campaigns? No? Maybe someone else here does? Quarter dice bonus. Michael Hargis, I haven't found any W's either, so you're not the only one. I'm not looking through tons of boxes or anything. I just kind of look through my change, but there's a 95. I'll put that under the microscope. Again, slightly misaligned die. You see the full rim there on the left-hand side and basically no rim on the right-hand side. So the die was slightly misaligned. Again, not really worth any premium, I think. I mean, it has to be a lot more dramatic for that to be worth a premium. But anyway, we'll save it. And the other side is centered, so it's not off. It's not an off-center strike. Just the one side's off-center. All right. What else is in there? Both sides off about 15. Yeah, Christopher W. That's significant enough to be worth saving and showing off. There's another 2009. That's the Lincoln where he's sitting on a log. That's the formative years. We'll go ahead and save that. And probably a D mint. Yep, another D mint. And again, I've mentioned it before. If any of you guys have questions on coins, either that I've shown off in other videos and here, or if you got questions on your own coins, my email is right at the top of the screen. Feel free to send me an email, and I'll try to help you out. Again, I'm not a expert on every type of coins, and especially I know a lot of you guys like to ask questions about errors and things like that. I'm not an error coin expert, but if I can help you out, I will. Or maybe I can point you in the right direction if I don't know the answer, but know somebody that might be able to help. All right, nothing left in that one. All our money is created out of thin air, not backed by anything. Well, it's backed by the full faith and credit of the United States. That's all we need, according to the government, Anthony. But you know what? If you don't like your paper money and your currency, you can dispose of it. My P.O. box is in the description of this video. I'll gladly take any paper money any of y'all send me if you're not happy with it. Absolutely. You can dispose of it with me. I will find a use of it. Got any copper 2009s? You know what, I don't weigh these, so it's possible some of these that we find are the copper ones that weigh 3.1 gram instead of the zinc copper plated ones that are 2.5 grams. I don't weigh them out. Maybe I should, just to make sure that none of the collector ones are finding their way into circulation. But I just don't take the time to do that. I do have the copper just sets of them, like with the proof and mint sets. And I think I have at least one of the Lincoln Coin and Chronicle set where you get the Lincoln commemorative silver dollar along with the 4 cents that are copper proofs, I believe, in that set. All right. Yep. Yeah, back by fiat currency, exactly, huh? That's the way it is, and that's the way it's been for, when did we go off the gold standard? In the 70s, I think it was, so been that way for 40 years plus, and as long as people start, I mean, just like anything, I mean, why should gold mean anything? I mean, you just dig it up out of the ground, why should we value that? Same with silver. Why don't we value, diamonds, as money more? Why don't we value, certain colors of rocks? I mean, just like anything, you could make up, or people use tulips as currency, way back when. I mean, you could pick anything you want. So it just, some people have to believe that it's valuable. It's just no matter what you pick as your currency, it all comes down to whether people buy into it and will accept it as money. So nothing in that roll either. We're getting down to it. There's only 4 rolls left. Biggest complaints about YouTube is they don't know the answer before making up something and misinform. Colin, I see a lot of that, and it's like, that's the thing when you give people, I mean, what's it cost or what kind of effort is there to make a YouTube video and have a YouTube channel? Basically, you need to have basically some sort of a camera and some sort of an email account to register an account, and that's basically it. You don't need to have any expertise, even to call yourself an expert. You could set up your channel right now saying Colin's expert, professional coin service, and give people opinions, and I don't know if you know or not, but you might not know anything, and you can give a whole bunch of bad advisors. And there's people out there every day on YouTube giving wrong information to people, or there's people that are looking at little minor things like, oh, look at this is an error, this is a variety, but it's really just damage, or it's just a very minor die crack that nobody cares about, but they think think they found a new double die, even though there's it's definitely not. And so there's a lot. You just gotta be careful that you, and just like anything, you go to a coin show and you're buying coins, you can't always just believe what the dealer's telling you. You gotta trust the people. Here's a 69S. That's real dirty and ugly. But it's not a double die, but we'll save it anyway. So again, you just got to know who you're hearing from. Backing money by something physical limits supply. To some extent, Anthony, you're right. But every year they're finding more gold, and as technology improves, they dig up more and more gold, and you can go to places where you thought all the gold was taken, and with better technology, you can go recover more and more from even sources where you thought they were. So, and once it's out of the ground, it doesn't just disappear. It's not used up and burned away. I mean, you can't create or destroy matter, so it's always there. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's a lot tougher for them to just say, "Oh, let's just add another $1 trillion to the money supply," just because they say. I agree with that. But what they do with the gold standards is they say, "Well, now it's not just $1 worth of gold back, and it might just be 25 cents worth of gold back." I mean, there's still games to play even if you're on a gold standard. Or there's another 2009. This one is another Denver, and this is with the Capitol building being built, the presidency. So we're getting down to the last couple. I just see 3 rolls left, and we know 2 of those rolls definitely have at least 1 wheat cent in each because they're enders. Here's another 2009. There's the log cabin. This is a 2009 Denver again. So we're finding a few more 2009s. The mint switched from so many commemoratives in the 80s, 90s. Could make more money collecting quarter. Well, I don't know. The mint doesn't make tons of money on the commemoratives because remember the commemoratives are usually used to support nonprofit organizations. So the mint recovers basically their cost of making the coins and the cost of marketing the coins. So really the mint basically breaks even on the commemoratives, and then the extra money goes to different charities. That's how at least all the modern coin commemoratives are set up. So when you have something like the Baseball Hall of Fame commemorative that came out, the profits for that go to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. And when you have, the breast cancer awareness coins, that goes towards breast cancer research. And so that's what the commemoratives are set up. But yeah, the mint makes a lot of money. It's called seigniorage when people collect coins out of circulation. So if they can come up with something like these 2009 Lincoln cents where, oh wow, I'm going to save these just because they have log cabins on them, all those taken out of circulation is money added to the government. But now on a Lincoln cent, it's only a penny. But that's why they like having all the different quarters and then the dollar coins. Here's another. This is the Lincoln formative years where he's sitting on the log. There's another 09D log cabin. So we're getting a lot of 09s here at the end. Quarter cost 12 cents to make. Yeah, and I think it cost about the same to make the dollar coins. So they should definitely make dollar coins. They make so much more. You like this black mat I'm working on? It makes coins pop out. Yeah, I do have one of those roll searching mats from Rob Fine's Treasure, and I was going to use that just because I thought they were fun. But then you have a lot of the background there and information. I use these are mats that I have to put in my coin showcases, or I used to use them. There's like a padded kind of like for looking at jewelry or coins, and so it's got some padding and black. And I mean they're hard to keep clean, so I got to keep cleaning them with put like lint rollers or tape on them a bunch, but they seem to work well. Yeah, I just liked having the plain black background, but it does make it a little tougher for, I think, the autofocus of the camera sometimes if there's nothing in the background. So you always gotta. That's why I usually have my stickers here, just so the camera has something to focus on always in my business card. Not just to show off my awesome stickers, of course, but I do like that as well. And then I put one sticker here in the bottom corner, just so I can kind of know without looking on my screen all the time where the bottom of the camera is focused on. And then I try to put something on the other side, just so I know I got to stay right here in between. Just so, because sometimes I'll be searching and I'll be down here off camera without even realizing it. So, all right. What else? We're talking about inflation, state parks quarter programs. Young Coin Hunter wants me to find that cent on a dime planchet. We'll see. Still got a couple rolls left. Being very optimistic, I agree. Michael, I talk about 2 different types of metals. Coins, gold, silver, copper, bronze, and so in America you are lucky because you can still find silver. Yeah, and the thing with that, John, is because the U.S., if you look back through red books or just look online, we used to change our coin designs, because it was easy. We always had Lady Liberty on one side, and an eagle on the other. So it's real easy to change that design once people got tired of it. And then once you change the design, everybody would pull the old ones out of circulation eventually. So that's why you rarely find an Indian cent, and that's why you rarely find Franklin halves or standing Liberty quarters, because those are old designs that people instantly recognize. But once the U.S. started putting presidents on their coins, you can't get a president off there, because what congressman is going to vote to take Abe Lincoln off the Lincoln cent? Well, especially when political. Abe Lincoln's a little different. I mean, he's Republican, but it's old enough to where most sides. But if the more modern thing, like if you said, let's take John Kennedy off the $50, you'd especially have everyone in the Democrat Party furious that you're going to take a Democrat off coin. Same thing with Franklin Roosevelt. Try to take Franklin Roosevelt off the dime. There was legislation proposed. We were going to put Ronald Reagan on the dime instead of Franklin. And it just turned into a political battle because you were going to take a Democratic president off the dime and put a Republican president. You just can't get Congress to approve that, and it turns into a big fight. But if it was Lady Liberty on there, sure, you could have Lady Liberty looking a little different because it's just easy. But once they put presidents on the coins, they're on there. And now that presidents have been on the coins for a long time, something like a Washington quarter since 1932, the older stuff, like the older ones that are silver, to the average person, they don't notice it because it just looks like another boring Washington quarter to them. So we're lucky we can get some old stuff. Same thing with Lincoln cents. To most people, the Lincoln cent, even especially if they're not looking at the reverse closely, you can get them back to 1909. So we're down to 2 rolls left. These two right here, both of them, I just closed the wrong window there. Both of them, you can see, have wheat cents on the ends. Oh, maybe you can see. Okay, you'll just have to trust me if you can't see. So we're down. So we definitely got 2 wheat cents left. 2 rolls to go, and let me get back to my chat so I can see that there. Yeah, I mean, every year, it gets harder and harder to find silver, especially as silver prices go up. And remember, every time you watch one of these live streams, especially a $50, people pulling out silver, it just makes it that harder for the next person because they're not putting new silver in the circulation. So every year it gets harder and harder. So we'll take that end coin right there. We'll put that under the microscope. And if you guys want to see if you can guess the date of that one, maybe you'll get lucky and get the right date. Again, just for fun. And we'll put that with the misaligned dies. And I'll go back to chat here. Did the UK... I don't know when the UK stopped silver. Maybe John will be able to help with that. Nah, a lot of the silver that gets into our pocket change isn't really coming just from collections. Especially the dimes and quarters. A lot of that comes into circulation because people go through a bunch of old change, and you see it around the holidays a lot. You'll have people that need some extra money for Christmas time, and they'll go to that old jar of change and go cash it in because they needed that extra few bucks to buy stuff. And then you also find a lot of silver coins at liquor stores and gas stations because if someone is going to raid their collection they did as a kid or steal their relatives' collection and go cash it in, they're doing it because they need to buy some beer or they need to buy some gas. So you see a lot of silver coins find their way in the gas stations and liquor stores, and then those end up getting deposited unless the person working at that liquor store or gas station knows what they're looking for. So it's not just always collections getting turned in, but sometimes it's just coins that have been saved for years and years, and then somebody just decides, man, I just don't need that big jar of change sitting over there. I'd rather have that money for the holidays. And that's my experience, how a lot of it gets in there. So there's nothing else in that roll except that wheat cent. There's a bunch of copper coins in there. Like I said, I'll sort out later and add to our final count when I do the recap video hopefully in a few days. So you guys have all been guessing on this one. What is the answer? Let's all see together because I didn't look. Oh, just a boring 58D. Anybody get that one? No, Tim said 58. That's pretty close. Yeah, John, you guys changed your whole monetary system, not only the designs of the coin, but you went from the, pounds, shillings, pence, sixpence, farthings, crowns, all that silliness, all that confusion that us Americans really don't understand, and then went to decimalization. So not only did you just change the designs, the whole system changed. So yeah, you're not going to get those old coins in circulation. So, all right, so we got that one, and we're down to 1 roll left. And again, we got a wheat cent on this end here, so we know we're going to get at least one more wheat cent. Yeah, Tim, that's probably another place that a lot of either kids will cash in all the coins they've been saving, or their collections, or people just get desperate and need money for food or something. I would guess a lot of it ends up at fast food too, like not just liquor stores and gas stations. But so there's another wheat cent here. That was our ender. I'll put that under the scope. Add that other one to our pile of wheat cents, and see if anybody wants to guess the date of that one as we look through the rest of this roll. And then we'll get on to that giveaway, because we are just about done. Unless you guys don't want me to do the giveaway, I mean, that's fine. I'm willing to give away that quarter, but if nobody wants it, then I'll just keep it. It's up to you guys. Got a few guesses coming in. Like I said, I know I'm on a delay here, so I probably said that 30 seconds ago when I'm looking, but I know some of you guys are just hearing it, so I'll give you some time as I look through the rest of this roll. Hoping to find at least one more thing we can add to our count. I don't know if we're going to do it. 2012D, 2003D, 2000D, 75D, 97D, 2018 Denver, 2015 Denver, 2015 Denver, and 2012 Denver. Like I said, almost all Denvers, and nothing worth saving there. So we'll put all those away. And there's my phone going again because I didn't turn it off. Got some guesses here on this, so we'll see what we had. 56D. Did anybody guess 56D? No, they didn't. We had a 58 and a 57 guess, so that's pretty close. All right, not too bad. Midnight Silver Run, a couple of questions about if any would be possible to send me an email. Absolutely, go ahead and send me an email. If you got pictures, that's even better. My email is right at the top of the screen. Feel free. The worst I'll say back is I have no clue or don't know, but I'll try to point you in the right direction if it's something I don't know. Do I think the pushback about banks, about customers request a box of coins, or is there about... No, banks are just all about it. Banks aren't, run by the government, and they're not non-profit organizations in most cases. I mean, some credit unions might be, but remember, banks are in it to make money, and a lot of banks don't even let you talk to tellers anymore unless you either pay a fee or have a reason. So they don't even want you talking to tellers because it costs them money. So they don't want to deal with us going in there and getting a box of Lincoln cents that they're not making any money on, and then moreover, they don't want to deal with us bringing them back in that they have to deal with when they make nothing on it. They don't want to deal with us at all. But it's part of the deal, and especially if you tell them, I'm not bringing these back, you don't have to worry, it's just for myself, or really the best way to do it is say you need it for business, and say I can just order like 4 boxes at a time, pay them the $100, and say I need 4 boxes, and if they say, what do you need them for? It's for business. That's all you got to tell them. And it works a lot better if you have a business account, but usually if you tell them you're not bringing them back, that's the best way to go. So, all right. Banks cost to order. I don't know if it's about that, and I don't even know how to say your name. NCFXSTI. I don't think it's all about the cost to order, because remember, banks, at least most banks, they're ordering lots of coins every single week for their business customers, for themselves. I mean, the truck's already coming from the coin roll, or whoever they're ordering their coins from. So adding a few extra boxes isn't going to cost them anything. It's more about just having that extra work of, especially if they don't know you, and that if they know you come there every week and get a few boxes, it's one thing. But they don't want you to say, yeah, order me 3 or 4 boxes, and then if you don't show up, then they have an extra few boxes laid around they don't want to mess with. They're heavy, so you got to pay someone to move them around. And it's just a pain in the butt, and they don't make any money off of it. That's what it's really about. So, what do I think about $1 with all 8s and 4/8? That's a good one. 8s are a good number for people. A lot of the people that collect paper money with good serial numbers, it's a lot of Asian market for that, and 8's a real lucky number in the Asian culture. 4's a real bad number, though, so if it was all 8s and any other number but 4, it would be better. But in my experience, when you're trying to sell things like that, 8s are a good number, and just having 7 out of the 8 numbers solid like that is a good one. All right, You guys still want me to give this quarter away? It's just a proof Washington quarter. Or I think we all agreed we're going to start calling these Georgies, right? So it's a proof Georgie, 1962. Beautiful coin. I just got this at a coin shop. They had basically half a roll of proof quarters that they were pretty much just selling for just a small premium over the silver price. I'm like, well, those are fun to give away. So I got that. Let's see. Just order it on the phone, pick it up at the bank. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so we'll go ahead and give this away, and then, like I said, whoever wins this, if you want a sticker, I can mail a sticker too. How are we going to give this away? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and type in a word. There's going to be 3, 4, 5 letters in a word. I'm going to type it in the chat, and as soon as I type that in the chat, and I'm going to wait a while to do this. I'm letting you guys know because I know there's like at least a 30-second delay. So after I type that in the chat, everyone just has to type that word in the chat. Just type it in one time. If you type it in more than once, you're not eligible. So I'll rule it out. So one guess per person. It's not really a guess. You're just typing in exactly what I type in. Capital letters, small letters, I don't care about. But spelling will count. So if I type in, I won't even say a word because some of you will start typing in now. But whatever word I type in, you'll see me type because my name will be highlighted in yellow or gold or whatever it shows up on your screen. When I type that word in, you guys type that in. And then what I'll do is I'm going to roll this 20-sided die, and then I'll count down that number of people. So as long as you're in one of the first 20 people to type in the word, you have a chance to win. So it's, I think that's a little bit more fair. Colin, you say, crap, I'm on my phone. That's still fine. As long as you're one of the first 20 people. That's why I do it this way, because even if you're on your phone, it's a 3 or 4 letter word I'm going to do. You should be able to be within the first 20. We only got 33 people in here watching. You got a good chance. I mean, now if you're the 23rd person to type it in, then you'll have no chance. So, I mean, it's other ones where it's you guessing a date. Like I can say, hey, guess the date of this Lincoln sent. Then it depends on your internet speed and how fast you type to some extent. So I like to do it this way so it's a little bit more fair. Some of you might agree, some of you might disagree, but this is the way we're going to do it. So now that I've rambled on and talked enough to let at least most of you know, I'll say the rules one more time. I'll type in a 3 to 4 to 5 letter word. As soon as you see that, you just got to type that word in again. Only type it in one time, one per person again. Do not if you put more than one response, you'll be ineligible. And as soon as you see me type it in, go for it. First 20 people have a chance. So I'm going to go ahead and type in a word. And remember, as soon as you see it, type it in, and we're off. And now you'll see how long that delay is because I just typed it in, and you'll see how long it takes for me to actually say that on the screen. Remember, only one per person, once per person. And I do have a couple moderators in here. They'll help enforce that rule for sure. Looks like we got at least 15, 20 people typing it in so far. I'll give it a little bit longer just to give everybody a chance. And then I'll type in stop. I don't know if there's a full 20 people in there, so even if you're hearing me right now saying this and you haven't typed it, you probably still have a chance. But that's only if we roll the high numbers at this point, because it looks like we got at least 15 people typed it in. Maybe even 20 or more. Hard to tell. And remember, we got to go by my screen. Whatever shows up on my screen, it's just going to be, it can't go by your screen because when you type it in, it always shows in sooner on your own screen. So, looks like we're about slowed down. One guess per person, like Parker said. I'm just going to go ahead and type in stop now. I guess if you get it in there in the next half second or two or 10 seconds or so, and we don't run out to 20 yet. Maybe we'll count it if we get that high, but just to do that. So here we are. We got our 20-sided Dungeons and Dragons die. I also got a 12-sided if we had less people in there, but we got over 20 people, so we're going to go ahead and roll the dice. And that is number 11. You can see that under the camera. We rolled an 11. So I'm going to my screen, and I'll read off the names. Moosox was first. Young Coin Hunter second. Midnight Silver on 3, Ricky Jones 4, NCFXSTI 5th, Jan Lewitt 6, Jerry Mobley 7. Parker said Master Ascent, so we're not counting that. He was just saying hi to someone. Anthony was, now I gotta count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anthony Goodley was 8. Christopher W. 9. Reverend David A.K. Lincoln Chaser was 10. And Tennessee Copperhead is 11 on my screen. So we just got to make sure Tennessee Copperhead didn't guess more than once. And it looks like Tennessee Copperhead to me. And it looks like Parker matches up. So I'm going to go with Tennessee Copperhead. And I'll type that in there. Congrats. So Tennessee Copperhead, if you want to go ahead and send me your name and address, mailing address to mike@kittlecoins.com. My email is right there at the top of the screen. You just won yourself a 1962 proof Washington quarter. Or if you guys want to start calling them Georgies, why not? They call Franklin halves Benjis. Why not? That's fun. That number looks like number 1 twice to me. I win twice. I don't know about that, Moosox. I don't know. That's a nice way to think about it, but you were the first, so I mean, again, I hope you guys like the way we do the giveaway like that. I think it's pretty fair, and I think it's more fair than some others do their giveaways. Like I said, if you have your own channel, you can do your giveaways any way you want to do it. But this way, Moosox might have a really fast connection. He might be a speed typist. He got his answer in there first. He has just as much of a chance to win as some of you slow pokes on the cell phones with really bad connections that didn't get your guess in until 18th, 19th, or 20th. So I think that's a fair way to do it. So congratulations to Tennessee. Very cool. Thanks again for everybody that's come in and liked and checked this out. I wish we could have found some more fun stuff. If anybody else wants to hang out and chat for a little bit, we can do that. But I really don't have much else to show. I do got, like I said, about 25 rolls of customer wrapped cents. I think what I'll probably do is I was thinking about maybe just opening them right now if anybody wanted to hang out some. But I don't know. I've already been going for probably 2.5 hours or so. So I think what I'll do is I'll just hang on to those until maybe I get a full box of customer wrapped rolls. I don't always ask. And what I do is a fun way to do it. It's something maybe you guys, I think, at least here in Southern California, a lot of our grocery stores have the little banking branches right inside the grocery store. So when you push your cart by those, walk right over to the bank and say, hey, do you have any rolls of Lincoln cents? You might have to say pennies, just because that's what most people call them. But hey, you got any rolls of pennies? And they might have a few, and because they won't get boxes usually there because it's just a small branch. But if people turn in rolls there, they love to get rid of them. So they'll be happy to get rid of customer wrap stuff. And you got a shopping cart right there, so it's nothing heavy to carry. You pop those right in your cart and walk out the store. Real easy. So every time I go to the grocery store, I think about it. And if the bank's not busy, if you just see the teller there sitting there doing nothing, push your cart right over there and say, hey, got any rolls of Lincoln cents? Sometimes it might just be 1 or 2. Sometimes it might be 20. Why not? Oh, thanks for the nice comments, everybody. I'm glad a lot of you guys think it's fair to do it that way. I saw another stream do something similar like that where everybody types in the same thing and then they kind of did a random way to pick. They didn't use a dice like this, or a die, I guess. They did it a different way, and I just thought this would be a fun way to do it and give everybody a chance, because I see in a lot of the other streams where if it's the first person to answer wins, it's hard to prove, but a lot of times it's the same people that are getting their guesses in first, because either they are closer to the host or they have higher speed internet, or like you said, some people just type faster than others. So I think this is a fair way that at least gives everybody a good shot. Like at least the first 20 people. Now if I ever get like streams, like in that 1909 SVDB giveaway stream where I had 300 plus people in there, couldn't do it this way and it wouldn't be fair to everybody. That's why I just said everybody just start spamming chat, and I showed my screen and we just picked someone randomly on the screen like that. I thought that was pretty fair. I know the mods in the stream hated it, and because especially with the lag and the delay I was on, people were just going crazy. But like this way too, like the random number with, yeah, I've seen people do that too, Anthony, where people just write a number and everybody guesses. But even then, Anthony, like if I would pick a number 1 through 30, because there's about 30 people in here, it's still, if people are the first person to guess or type faster, they have an advantage. And then if someone really quick types in a number and you're in the process of typing that number and they've guessed first, well, you have no chance of winning then. So it still does favor people that type faster. Of course, you still have to be lucky. Hi there, Hector. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I think I saw you said something earlier, but I just didn't say hi at the time, so thank you. But yeah, I think this way, where everybody has to type in the same thing, it's about as fair as I could think. Now, if anybody comes up with something that I think's even more fair, then maybe I'll do that. But I know there's a lot of other places, a lot of ways to do it, and this is the way I decided to do it, and I think it's fair. And like I said, doesn't mean everybody else that does it other ways is wrong. It's just the way that. And plus, I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to just copy everybody else. So I went on the Amazon. I ordered a set of Dungeons and Dragon dies. So they give you the 20-sided. They give you a 12-sided. They give you 2 of them that you roll them together. You can get any number 0 through 99. So it's basically 100-sided, which I don't know if we ever need to get into that, because I don't want to have to count down 90 people or whatever if it rolls like a 90. But yeah, so I think it's fun. The problem with ordering these on Amazon is I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I just knew about the different sided dies that they have in the game, and I knew they'd be cheap. But now I get emails from Amazon all the time showing me all the new stuff for Dungeons and Dragons and wanting me to order more stuff. So I'm on their mailing list now for that, unfortunately. But John Gamble, thanks again for coming in and participating. And again, keep your eye out on the mailbox. Probably sometime, I'd guess by the end of next week, you'll have some stuff from me. So sorry about the delay on that again, and congrats to you. What else we got? Fun. Thank you very much. Yeah, I wish we'd have found some more. Like I said, here's what we found there. I'll do a recap video of everything. I'll go through the other stuff. Maybe I'll find a couple more coins, and then I'll do a recap video just showing everybody what we found. Like I said, this is the 4th box I've done on a live stream. If you guys want to check out the other 3, I got full live streams you can go back and watch anytime. Or I got just the recap videos you can go watch just to see the finds that we've done. Either way, I mean, that'd be cool if you're interested. I would do tiebreakers, guess a number. Everyone who guesses right goes again. Yeah, you can do that too. I mean, I've seen people. There's a way to do that. Yep. Guessing game of the last coin I bought for myself. That might be interesting, Colin. Yeah. Great. Thanks again, Maria. Appreciate that. Keep it in mind with me. Yeah, Master Sense. That's a good thing about YouTube is everybody has their own channels and you can kind of do it your own way. So again, I want to thank everyone for all coming in and watching this. Appreciate everybody clicking the like button. Hey, I didn't even click like for myself yet. There we go. I got another like now. Appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to me, I don't know why you're even here, but I mean, thank you for finding me. And if you'd like to subscribe to me, that'd be awesome. And there's a bunch of other channels in here too that you should probably all make friends with while you're here. There are websites which pick random comments. Anthony, that's always fun to do. And I do that when I do like giveaways that's on a video. But during a live stream, I don't like doing that because this is a 3-hour long live stream at this point. So if everybody goes and leaves a comment in the video, the 30 people that are watching right now are not all the same 30 people that watched in the beginning. So I might be picking people that aren't even here anymore, or if I want it to only go to someone that's in the stream, we might have to pick 4 or 5 names before someone's even here. So I just don't like doing random comment pickers for live streams. But I know a lot of other people do it, and a lot of other people say you don't have to be here to win, but I wanted, for at least when I'm searching Lincoln Sense like this, I wanted to make it to where you do have to be here to win. So Tennessee Copperhead, I hope you sent me an email, or if you haven't already, please do. I haven't checked my email yet, so if you've already done it, doesn't mean I didn't get it, but I can actually check right here too, probably. But it's hard to do that on the phone. But anyway, like I said, if anybody else has questions on their coins, my email's at the top of the stream. It's in the description of just about every one of my videos as well. If you ever want to send me something in the mail, my P.O. box is there. It'll eventually be in a mail call video. Like I've said, I'm kind of behind in a mail calls right now. I got to do several of those, so in the next week or two, look for me to be posting at least 3, 4, or 5 mail call videos. I'm going to be spamming your guys' subscription feeds with mail calls, showing off everything that you sent me. But like I said, anytime anybody sends me something, a sticker, a coin, or just even a nice note, I'll mention it in the mail call. I don't get enough mail to where I have to stop doing that yet. So, and of course, if you just want to send me some money to support the channel, my PayPal's all there too. But there's no obligation to ever do that. If you just wanted to support the giveaways and things like that, you're always welcome to do that, but no obligation at all, and don't really need you to do that, but I would not turn it down. So again, thanks again for everybody coming in there. I've just been rambling on enough, and just I'm just building up my watch time is what I'm doing. Young Coin Hunter knows my game. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, but I'm going to actually keep it open a little bit. I'm just going to turn off the camera, and I'll hang out and chat a little bit while and chat if you guys want to, and before shutting it down totally. But I guess I'll see you around the rest of YouTube, and thanks again for coming, and make sure you guys all have fun with your collecting. Take care and have a great weekend. Thank you again.